find me on Snapchat, which is Miss_New Mexico 32.
Wow, that's incredible. And that dedication and that incredible personality definitely shows it. Thank you so much, Yoli, for being part of this great event. And be sure to check out Yoli this November 11th at the Manuel Lujan State Expo Center. And this is with Legacy Boxing. See y'all soon. Thank you. Bye.
This is a Tricky Beat production.
It's the time of the season when love runs high. In this time, give it to me easy and let me try with pleasured hands to take you in this time to promised lands, to show you everyone. It's the time of the season for love. What's your name? Who's your daddy?
Who's your daddy?
Is he rich like me?
Albuquerque, New Mexico, the Mecca of fighting, the land of enchantment, where all great fighters, past, present, and future, are always honored. Main event, Jason, El Alacrancito Sanchez. With an undefeated title comes many challenges, but challenges is something that Jason's no stranger to. From being away from home, with the long gym hours, Jason has met every single opponent and every single adversity head on, and always giving the fans and his family a great show. With the city on his shoulder, El Alacrancito is ready to deliver that venomous knockout. Coming from a family of boxers, Jason, the youngest of two brothers, has always fought his way to the top.
So I come home from school, the gym, my dad, we all built together. It's in our backyard, which was just awesome. Come home from school, spar my brothers, train all together as a family, me, my brothers, my dad. It was just an awesome, amazing thing to do with my family. Every time I train, I do this for my kids, my family, my fans, but mainly for my brother.
Legacy Boxing Promotions, Venice Collision present an evening of professional boxing brought to you by the New Mexico Athletic Commission. Richard Espinosa, your executive director, your chairman, Gavin Pantoja. Commissioners, Diego Esquibel, Rob the Book, and Nefi Quintana. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's Veterans Day. Big round of applause for all our veterans. If you'll please rise and remove your hats, as the UNM Army ROTC is presenting the colors, and Miss Nadine Oglesby from Albuquerque, New Mexico, and also a representative of the UNM Army ROTC will now present the the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please join me. March. March time. March. Left. 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 Color guard. Halt. Preset. Color. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Order! Cut! Right! Right!
Where you're looking, there's no flag.
Halt! Order! Cut!
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, big round of applause for the UNN Army ROTC and Miss Nadine Oglesby. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready for the first bout of the evening. The combatants will now make their way to the ring.
Good evening and welcome to Manuel Lujan building at the State Fairgrounds. Ed Nunez along with Daniel Pitbull Pettis and Austin Colleen. Battle of the Brave, sponsored by Pettis Collision and Legacy Boxing Promotions. And first, Pitbull Pettis, looking forward to a good card here tonight. We were there at the weigh-ins, you, myself, and Austin yesterday. What are you looking forward to as far as what we're going to see here at the Manuel Lujan building?
I'm looking for a real action-packed evening of boxing here in the 505. We got a good card set up. A lot of young fighters are up and coming. So I think we have a lot to look forward to.
First fight's going to be Jordanne Garcia versus Katie Ramirez. And Austin Colleen, we were there yesterday at the weigh-in as the fighters approached the ring. And I'll tell you what, that stare down looked for real to me.
Sorry about that. I didn't know I had a microphone. I've seen Katie Ramirez fight, and I've seen Jordanne. I think it's going to be a tough fight. My concern is an 8-pound discrepancy in weight.
And it's a 4-round bout, this first one. One fighter's in the ring. As soon as we get the other fighter in the ring, we'll go to recently inducted Hall of Fame inductee Mike Adams, the ring announcer. We're waiting for the other fighter. But we got a good atmosphere here tonight, gentlemen. We've got some good crowd coming in. There's still seats available to be had. Again, the Manuel Lujan building on the State Fairgrounds, sponsored by Pettis Collision, Legacy Boxing Promotions. One thing, Daniel Pitbull Pettis is boxing in Albuquerque and in New Mexico in general always seems to travel well. Austin Colleen went down to a boxing card in Hobbs, New Mexico last week, said that they had a full house there. And we're looking at a pretty good crowd here tonight.
That's great. I'm glad they're bringing it back. They're back in the 90s and early 2000s. Boxing was so big here in the game. And it's just nice to see them building it back up and get these young fighters a lot of notoriety and publicity.
Well, Pitbull, you've been a part of some boxing events here at the Manuel Lujan building. I know when you see these fighters come in the ring, it still gets to you, man. I know it does.
Yeah, sure
it
does.
gets to me, and I never was a fighter, man. So
Right.
if it gets to me, I can imagine how you feel. Got the other fighter approaching the ring now. So as soon as we have the fighters in the ring, as both fighters go around the ring, and this one here, I'm looking forward to it. There's a little bit of animosity. They sparred against each other. Let's kick it up to Mike Adams, the ring announcer.
First bout of the evening, a featured bout, 4 rounds. Your 3 judges at ringside: Sandy Martinez Pino, Esther Lopez, and Anthony Romero. And your referee in charge of all the action for this first bout, David Rios. And now introducing first, out of the blue corner, she weighed in 145.6 pounds, and she calls Bosque Farms, New Mexico, her home. Ladies and gentlemen, Katie Dynamite Ramirez. And now introducing out of the red corner, she's wearing the gold trunks with the black trim. She weighed in 154.2 pounds and trains at the Power and Glory Boxing Club. She calls Albuquerque, New Mexico, her home. Ladies and gentlemen, Jordanne OMG Garcia. David Rios with instruction.
So here we go with our first bout of the evening. Jordanne, oh my God, Garcia, or OMG Garcia, dressed, has the gold trunks against Katie Ramirez, fighting out of the blue corner with the purple trunks. Referee is David Rios, and here we go. Live boxing from the fairgrounds, and right away Ramirez stalking out Garcia, and Garcia looks in tremendous shape. Pitbull Pettis.
Yes, she does. They both look in good shape.
Well, we got a southpaw against an orthodox fighter here, which is tough on the orthodox fighter because they hate to fight southpaws.
Ramirez, the southpaw, as you mentioned, Austin Colleen, and Garcia trying to tag up on the inside, fighting on the inside. Not much going on there.
What's killing me is the cameraman. I can't see the ring.
We're going to have to adjust to that as ProView Network's broadcasting live from here. 2:20 left first round. Uppercut by Garcia, scores a little bit, not too much there. Pitbull Pettis.
Jordanne's got to lead with that right hand. She's fighting a southpaw, and they're usually taught to lead with the right hand when you're fighting a southpaw and you're orthodox yourself.
A little bit different fighting a southpaw, I'm sure.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And Jordanne should be keeping her front foot to the outside, to the left side of Ramirez's front foot. Also, stay away from the power punch.
Short right hand landed by Garcia. Ramirez not phased in one bit. Seems like the fighter's a little bit gassed towards the end of the round. Austin Colleen looks like they're a little bit gassed.
I've seen Ramirez. She gets stronger as the fights go on. She's a tough girl. My concern is the weight difference. Because Ramirez told me she doesn't gain weight after the weigh-in.
123 left first round. Both fighters still kind of feeling each other out. A little bit tired towards the end of the round. Jordanne Garcia still circling Ramirez, stalking her. Not a lot of action so far. And just as I say that, Garcia has Ramirez pinned against the ropes. Right hand lands another right hand. Garcia misses with a straight overhand right.
A lot
Ramirez
of action.
ties her up. That'll do it for the first round.
Some good
Pettis.
A good start for a fight night. The round, they were busy, the girls were busy, and a lot of punches were connected.
A little bit more of effectiveness as far as aggression, Austin Colleen by Jordanne Garcia.
I'm having a hard time seeing, to be honest with you, but it does look like she has the edge in the round.
So first round under the books here at Manuel Lujan Fairgrounds. So we'll go to round 2 here. And what's the pace here, Pitbull Pettis?
I'm sorry?
What's the pace as far as the fighters' pace?
Well, I think they were started off real busy in the beginning, slowed down in the middle of the round. At the end of the round, they both got real busy again. It seemed like Jordanne was trying to pull off the points to show that she dominated that round.
Stalking each other a little bit, so if you're scoring it, Daniel Pitbull Pettis, you're going to score that the first round for Jordanne Garcia?
I would have gave that round to Jordanne.
All right, Austin Colleen?
I'd agree.
Okay, hopefully Austin Colleen, you'll have a better sight for round 2. Here we go.
I would if we could move the cameraman to the side of it.
Garcia landing some punches on the inside. Ramirez tying her up. Another left hand by Garcia. An uppercut, right hand, another right hand. Ramirez trying to fight back, ties her up. Ramirez has to get some space there, Pitbull Pettis.
Yeah, Ramirez needs to change the pace. She's letting Jordanne lead the dance right now, and that's not where Ramirez needs to be.
Garcia, the much more aggressive fighter through round 2, still early here.
Well, I think there's a discrepancy of about 20 pounds in weight here.
No question. That's definitely to Jordanne Garcia's advantage early on here.
There's a slight size difference, yes.
Yeah.
Ramirez seems a little gassed to me, Daniel. I don't know, though.
Ed, I have to agree with you on that one.
Yeah. Garcia again stalking Ramirez, and the fighters have gone a little bit non-silent or silent here. Uppercut by Garcia as she holds Ramirez behind the head. Ramirez seems to be a little taken aback by Garcia's aggressive approach. We had mentioned there's been a little bit of bad blood between these two. They sparred. We're supposed to fight as amateurs. It didn't happen. Here they are tonight.
I think if Ramirez started doing some lateral movement, that would help her chances a lot.
Uppercut by Garcia. Ramirez coming forward. She's got to be the first one to get off Daniel Perez, I think.
Yeah, Ramirez standing directly in front of Jordanne is not a good idea. She needs, Austin was right. She needs to get a little bit of angles, move side to side. Don't stay in front of Jordanne. Jordanne's too strong for her.
Oh, uppercut by Garcia. A glancing blow, but still Garcia comes forward. Ramirez has a left hand by Ramirez, lands nicely, cleanly. Garcia still comes forward. That's round 2, and a little bit better of a round by Katie Ramirez, but still, Jordanne Garcia, the much more aggressive fighter.
I got to agree with you, yes.
So she's up 2-0 as far as I'm concerned.
So we're scoring at the ringside, and ring announcer Mike Adams, the referees at ringside, Anthony Lopez, Sandy Pino, and Anthony Romero are actually scoring the fight, so we won't know till the fight is over, but we're coming up on round 3. Daniel Pitbull Pettis, both fighters again, they're working with their cornermen. What do they have to do? Jordanne Garcia has to keep that attack going.
Jordanne's fighting the perfect fight. She's already set the pace each round. Ramirez, she needs to do a little more side-to-side movement, use that jab, keep Jordanne off of her. Jordanne's a little too strong for her.
It looks to me, looking at Katie Ramirez, and I'm not sure, she looks a little bit, she's got to get off first. Looks a little like surprised and waiting for Jordanne to hit her first.
Well, I'm trying to figure out who's working Katie's corner because I haven't seen either one of them. So I don't know if they just came here tonight.
Two fighters coming to the center of the ring, starting round 3, and they start landing some shots left by Garcia. Good defense there by Garcia as Ramirez misses with an exchange.
It would be smart for Ramirez to use that jab, keep Jordanne at bay.
Jordanne use that southpaw stance.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Keep her, because those are hard fighters to fight. Good left by Ramirez lands on Garcia's chin, but she's undeterred. Still keeps coming forward.
I think Ramirez should be trying to throw right hooks over Jordanne's shoulders because Jordanne's glove is low.
Ramirez gets her against the ropes with Garcia. Nice uppercut lands to the jaw of Ramirez. Jordanne Garcia has not stopped her attack. Ramirez ties up Garcia, and that's even hard to do because there's a strength advantage along with the weight advantage that Garcia definitely has over Ramirez.
Yeah, she does.
Ramirez stumbles back, but nothing going there. Go ahead,
got pushed off balance right there. Yes, definitely the size is a little too much for Ramirez. Jordanne's got a lot more body strength, punching strength. So that's why I was saying Ramirez's fight plan should be to stay on the outside and use that jab.
Uppercut by Garcia has Ramirez against the ropes right in front of us. Another right hand by Garcia lands another right, and Ramirez seems a little bit tired towards the end of the round here. Let's see if she can survive the onslaught. Left and the right by Ramirez lands on Garcia.
Well, Katie Ramirez is pushing around a lot of weight there, and that's exhausting in itself. So this is
another right hand by Garcia. Ramirez, as you mentioned, Austin, that's starting to take its toll, having to push the bigger Garcia off of her. Ramirez trying to tie her up behind the ropes, and that's the end of round 3. And gentlemen, your scorecard so far.
3-0.
You got 3-0 for Jordanne Garcia, Pitbull Pettis.
Jordanne's a lot busier fighter. She's landing a lot more shots. She's staying a lot busier.
It seems to me as if Katie Ramirez is waiting for Jordanne Garcia to get off first. She's kind of just waiting, and then she's landed a few. It's not as if she hasn't landed some punches. She has. But Jordanne Garcia, you're right.
If between two fighters, the big man's going to beat the smaller man most times.
Ladies and gentlemen, this will be the fourth and final
round coming up, gentlemen.
Final round.
So it seems as if Jordanne Garcia is feeling very confident in her corner again. Jordanne Garcia in the gold trunks, Katie Ramirez in the purple trunks. So Ramirez might need a knockout here, gentlemen.
Oh, without question.
Yeah, definitely.
Either that or the judges would have to be blind.
And you know what? We've seen. We don't want to comment on that. Here's the fourth and final round. Oh, Garcia lands a right behind the head. And Garcia, the busier fighter, again. That nice left, short left by Garcia. Shot to the body, and Garcia potting up the points here at the start of round 4, gentlemen.
She's looking for the knockout.
Yeah, she's trying to finish her.
Ramirez, I think all that weight, as you mentioned, pushing against Garcia has definitely taken its physical toll on her. Breathing a little bit through her mouth, pushing her punches, doesn't have a lot of snap to her.
Ramirez has got her foot on the inside instead of the outside.
Daniel Pettis mentioned that as the fight began.
Right. Because your hook isn't going to land standing like that. Although she could throw straight lefts.
Ramirez, those little pity pat jabs won't do anything.
Well, Ramirez just walking straight forward. She's still game.
Well, you're right. Daniel Pettis, she's not back down one bit. Jordanne Garcia still looks hungry. For a minute, the fighters have a little respite in the center of the ring. 54 seconds left in the final round.
I think both fighters are looking for the final bell.
Yeah.
They're both tired.
Yeah.
Garcia's still looking for that one big shot. Combination glances Ramirez on her left side of her face. But other than that, I think you're both right. They're looking for that final nice left there by Ramirez. But Garcia coming forward. Ramirez looking to land some shots, but
Ramirez still game, but she ain't got much behind them punches.
it looks like really breathing through her mouth. We mentioned that. Looks very tired. Garcia still nice and short right to Ramirez's face. 10 seconds left in the round.
Although you can't take away the fact that Ramirez does have a lot of heart. She's not backing off one bit.
That's it. That will do it. Both fighters embrace, and Garcia wants to congratulate Ramirez's corner and great sportsmanship there. But gentlemen, I think unanimous for Jordanne Garcia. That's what we think here. We'll see. Go here to ring announcer Mike Adams with the decision. But both fighters went the distance. They trained hard, and one fighter's going to win and one fighter's going to lose. But a good first fight to open the festivities here.
Not a bad first fight for a good exciting fight night coming on.
Whoever handles Katie Ramirez is extremely brave, because I've seen all three of her fights, and she hasn't had anything soft. Her first fight was against the Vasquez girl from Las Cruces, who was big. Her second fight was from a hot shot from Texas. She fought a draw with, and now tonight.
Jordanne Garcia taking a little ride with one of her cornermen. She's pretty sure where the decision is going to be. She's pretty confident. I think she should be.
Right, yeah.
Let's go to ring announcer Mike Adams.
Ladies and gentlemen, action-packed first bout. Big round of applause for both these ladies. After 4 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecard. Judge Anthony Rolero scored the bout 40-36. Esther Lopez scored the bout 39-37. And Sandy Martinez Pino 39-37 for your winner by unanimous decision. Jordanne Garcia.
So, Jordanne Garcia, the unanimous decision winner, and we probably had that scorecard, at least that one right. We'll see how we do the rest of the evening, but good fight by Jordanne Garcia. She trained hard. And again, Daniel Pettis, you trained, and we mentioned you going to London to fight Nigel Benn on a very short notice. You don't understand what it takes, the running, the dieting, all the things that boxers go through. We saw a little bit of that here.
An awful lot of sacrificing that it takes for this game.
Jordanne, big fight right there, much anticipated.
Mike
I know
Adams
a lot of people in the crowd wanted to see this. You're a little relaxed in the first few rounds. You stay undefeated. I can hear your dad over there. Hey, come on quick, throw something. He was giving you numbers 1-7. He's even yelling out Tyson. What's next for Jordanne OMG Garcia? Excellent. Congratulations. Once again, your winner, Jordanne OMG Garcia.
Ring announcer Mike Adams, great interview with Jordanne OMG Garcia, winner by unanimous decision over a game, Katie Ramirez. But Ramirez really from the first round on, gentlemen, didn't have it looked like she really was tired. But again, when you fight a stronger, heavier fighter, you mentioned it, Austin, and pushing them off, it's going to tire you out.
Yeah, very true, Ed.
When you land against a bigger fighter, just in the gym sparring, you feel like your punches aren't doing anything.
We'll take a short break before the next fight. You're watching ProView Networks.
Get them on the other side of the line.
He's probably not going to be able to do that, but hey.
Media Legacy Promotion bringing you another exciting event. November 11, where Manuel Lujan Center, Expo, New Mexico. Main card of the event tonight is here with me, Jason El Lacancito Sanchez. Thank you, brother. How you doing?
Good, man. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. We're pretty excited, man, to have you here tonight. Jason, 10-0, 123, 6 knockouts. What does that make you feel like?
I mean, it's amazing. Been working hard.
Absolutely, man, and it shows. I mean, 10-0 is not something. It's not something easy that people can just say, especially those coming out of knockouts. I mean, we've been seeing your fighting style. You mix it up all the time, bring every single type of events. So one of the things that people always expect when you fight is that speed, that leg work, those jabs. If I was your opponent, do you have any specific strategy to give them?
I mean, I know a little bit of everything, powers, speed,
So everything, you're pretty much gonna be bringing the people out there and knock them out. And the people of New Mexico are very excited for this great show. People here in Albuquerque. One of the things, you'll be fighting this special event for our veterans. Something very, very emotional to all of us, especially the recent events that have been going on. For the people that have been laying their lives out there for their country. Any special message for all those people out there?
Just want to give them a big thank you for you guys' support, and hope to see you guys there at the fights.
Absolutely. There you go. Have it. November 11, Manuel Lujan Center, Legacy Promotions, and we're going live right now with the Perez Boxing Gym here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Media guys, going live right now from the Perez Boxing Gym here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Getting ready for the big event, November 11, brought to you by Legacy Boxing, where Albuquerque, New Mexico, Manuel Lujan Expo Fairgrounds. Be there. Right now, I have the pleasure to be here with my friend, Jordanne OMG Garcia. Jordanne, how you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm doing great, Very excited to watch you fight. I understand this fight, the fans have been asking for this fight. Sends the amateurs.
Yes.
If I know you're a good friend of yours, well, you tell me earlier that boxing is boxing, and friendship is friendship, but business is business, and boxing is business. How do you feel about that?
You know what? I'm excited for this fight. You know, like we said, I've been waiting for this fight to happen. Yeah, we are friends out of the ring, but as soon as we step in that ring, it's all business.
Absolutely. I mean, people have been, I guess, doing like a kind of like a simulation with you when it comes to like a line. Why can you tell us that?
Because in the ring, I'm like a lion when they're going to get their prey. So they scope out their prey and then they attack. And when I'm in the ring, I scope out my fighter and I attack.
Wow, those are extremely great fighting words. I mean, I'm already pumped for this fight. I mean, I know there's like a great friendship going on in there. But not only that, there is that rivalry as well, because people have been waiting for that fight.
Yes.
So I'm excited to see you out in the ring. I mean, can we be looking possibly for a knockout in this fight?
Definitely. That's the goal. And if it happens, it happens.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I mean, green fighting out there for all the people. November 11th is going to be a great day for all the people out there, the veterans, everyone's coming out. Any words for them?
Thank you to all the veterans for all your hard work and what you do for our country, especially for the veterans that are in my family. I'm actually dedicating this fight to my grandpa because he was a veteran and his birthday would have been November 11th. And so everyone come out and support us and watch this fight because this is a show you don't want to miss. Follow me on Facebook at Jordanne Garcia, Instagram Jory2Salty, and Snapchat SuperDuperJory.
There you go, guys. You can get more of Jordanne that way as well from all the coming up fights. So make sure to be there this November 11th. Thank you guys very much. Legacy Promotions, we'll see you all there. Thank you, Jordanne. Thank you so much. Thank you. Red Corner Media going live from the Bettis Boxing Gym here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Another exciting event brought to you by Legacy Promotions. This November 11th, Fight for the Brave. For all the veterans out there, right now I have the special event to see with my good friend, Katie. Red Corner Media going live from the Bettis Boxing Gym here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Another exciting event brought to you by Legacy Promotions. This November 11th, Fight for the Brave. For all the veterans out there, right now I have the special event to see with my good friend, Katie Dynamite Ramirez. Katie, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing good. Guys sound sweet, but trust me, she packs a great punch. 1-1 knockout. Katie, what can you tell us about, what can we expect about this fight?
You can expect a lot of action. You know, it's an exciting fight. Me and my coach have been training and preparing for it, so we're excited for it.
Definitely. There you go, guys. I mean, the way to see you fight, it's you got that power punches, definitely. I mean, what place as well. So I mean, it's something really good. I mean, that's something the fans could be looking forward to watching you box this November 11th. Any words of encouragement for the fans and also for veterans of you watching you fight?
To the veterans, just thank you guys for everything that you did, and I hope you guys like this fight. You know, it's gonna be a good one. And also to my coach, thank you for training me, and friends and family as well for the support.
There you go. There you guys have it. Thank you so much, Katie. Thank you for your time. We'll be excited to check you out this November 11th at the Manuel Lujan Expo Center here in New Mexico. Legacy Promotions with another exciting fight. We'll see you all there. Thank you, Katie.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Bye, guys. What's going on, guys? Red Corner Media, live from the Bettis Boxing Gym here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Another exciting event brought to you by Legacy Promotions. We're here with my great friend, Mathew, that Diamond Boy Griego. Mathew, how you doing, brother? Doing well, how about you? I'm doing pretty well as well. Thank you, Mathew, for having you here tonight. Matthew, the fans and myself are very excited. You by nature are definitely a knockout artist. You go out and finish the game really quickly, really early. The last two fights actually being ended in less than, in 2 rounds or something around there?
2 rounds, one before, and then my last fight was the only fight that lasted all 6 rounds. So.
Wow, there you go, Simon. I mean, something really incredible. Now, so one of the things like the people might be looking for. I mean, if I was your opponent, I'd be worried about that. What is your strategy going into this fight?
We go in there and see what my opponent brings to the table. We adjust to his skill. If we come forward get it done, we'll come forward and get it done. If we have to play defense, I can play defense very well as well. So I'm very quick, so expect an exciting fight. I'm very exciting. I love to go in for the kill. If someone's hurt, I'm going to come in and I'm going to take them out. So it's exciting. I haven't fought in 6 months, so I'm hungry. I'm ready to get in there and get to work.
Absolutely. There you go, guys. You guys just heard it. You're going to be fast as heck. I mean, we all know from your fights. They won't know what to expect. Definitely something really good. Something also as well, one of the cool things from this fight that we're going to be able to expect is that you're going to be able to knock out your opponent really efficiently, really early as well. And I mean, not only that, you're going to be fighting for all the veterans out there as well.
Yes, sir. We're putting on a show for the veterans on Veterans Day. It's going to be very exciting. Also, all of Albuquerque, we're putting on a show for all of you, so you guys got to get out there and show some support. It's going to be at the Mathew Griego building at the State Fairgrounds. So come out there and show some support, get your tickets, because it's going to be a hell of a night.
There you guys have it. November 11, Fight for the Veterans, brought to you by Legacy Promotion. And we're Red Corner Media live right now from the Bettis Boxing here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Thank you guys very much. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you. Thank you very much. You have a good one and best of luck. And finish them off, man. Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Media going live right now from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Bettis Boxing, another exciting event brought to you by Legacy Promotions. I'm here with the incredible fighter Carlitos Swifty Villa. How you doing, Carlitos?
What's up, my man? How are you?
Pretty good, bro. Excited to have you here. Carlitos, you're 13-3. You're definitely a seasoned fighter. You know what's up with the ring. We can see that when it comes to your craftiness in the ring. It is what can we expect about this fight, brother?
You know what? You're going to see a diverse Carlitos Swifty Villa in the ring. I like to put an action fight. You know, I like to have, you know, offensive, very, you know, defensive, you know, dodging the, you know, punches. I like to give, you know, a show. And, of course, you know, please the fans, you know, because that's what they're here for, to, you know, watching good boxing.
Absolutely, man. I mean, it's something that we can always watch out in one of your fights is that you're always very defensive.
Yeah, you know, I'm very natural to that, I think, you know, and you know, I can see the punches. I have a good, you know, ways moving back and forth. I don't know, like, I've always been good at sports, you know, as far as like being defensive, you know, like soccer, like defending, you know, defending the ball, or football, you know, going for a tackle.
Absolutely.
And, you know, ever since I've been in this sport, you know, I've just been applying the same thing, you know, just very defensive, and of course, you know, I've also been learning, you know, being an offensive fighter, staying busy as well.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And we can always tell that. I mean, you're the type of fighter that if you want to make someone miss, they're definitely miss, man. You don't make him look like a fool out there. That's why they don't call you Swifty for nothing, my man.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's you know, that's what boxing's all about. You know, you want to get there, you want to, you know, hit and not to get hit. You know, it's a very brutal sport. You know, it's hard. You know, you always want to do your job and get out from the ring safely. You know, you don't want to be, you know, brain damage or anything like that. So yeah, my main focus has always been a defensive fighter.
Absolutely, thank you very much. Carlitos, can we expect another knockout at that to the 7th you already have?
Yes, I have to. You know, my last 2 fights have been decisions, so my opponent, you better be ready, because you know, I gotta get a knockout with this guy.
There we go, man. There you know, Carlitos Swifty, strong words coming out here from Albuquerque. So the fighter, be ready, because that knockout's coming. And if you're trying to hit him, I don't think it's gonna happen, man. You're too quick, brother. Thank you so much. We want to thank all the veterans out there watching us. Carlitos, any words for all the veterans and the people supporting you?
Yes, you guys, all the veterans, if you guys can please, you know, go to our show November 11th. You know, and thank you guys for your service.
Absolutely, Carlitos. Can we find you anywhere in social media?
Yeah, you can get me at Facebook, Carlos Villa, Instagram, I have Carlos Villa as well, and I don't have a Snapchat, but hey,
that works, man. That can follow you. Definitely. There you guys. Go make sure to support us this November 11th at the Manuel Lujan State Center. So be there, guys. We'll be there. Thank you so much, Carlito. Legacy Promotions. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, guys.
For sure. Thank you, man. Thanks.
Welcome to the Elegante Hotel. Ed Nunez along with Cristian Cabral. Cristian, tomorrow night you weighed in at 150. Your opponent's Tavares Teague. How do you feel? It's a fight night again. It's tomorrow, and you look really ripped. You look ready. You look shredded. How do you feel?
I feel pretty good. I feel healthy. I mean, I made it weight easy pretty good, so I feel good.
What's training been like, and what's your plans to hydrate and replenish some of those fluids that you lost?
Well, the training was, I did some swimming and some conditioning, a lot of conditioning, and just techniques. We watched some videos on this guy, so we're just figuring him out. But we got it, so now we're gonna go eat after right now. So, cause we haven't ate, so we gotta go eat.
Cristian, what do you know about your opponent, Tavares Teague? He's here, 3-17 record. That doesn't mean a whole lot. People might think he's going to be a pushover. I'm sure he's not. He's a veteran. What do you know about him?
Well, he likes to move a lot, so we're going to try to cut the ring on him. So that's the plan. Throw a lot of rights. Yeah, I've seen him. He doesn't like the body shots. That's what I've seen in some videos, so we're going to go for that body, too.
Cristian, best of luck tomorrow night.
Thank you.
You bet. We'll be back with Mathew Diamond Boy Griego after these messages. This is Ed Nunez from ProView Networks. Ed Nunez along with Mathew Diamond Boy Griego at the Elegante Hotel. Tomorrow night, Battle of the Brave, Manuel Lujan Fairgrounds. First fight, 6 o'clock. Doors open at 5. Mathew weighed in at 115.6. Alejandro Moreno is the opponent. It's been talked about what a fine defensive fighter that he is. What do you know about Alejandro Moreno? What's your somewhat game plan without revealing the whole thing?
I know he's experienced. He has a lot of experience. He can move, supposedly. I've watched a little bit of his film. I believe I'm the faster guy. He's a little bit bigger. So we're going to come in and we're gonna just adjust anything he brings to the table. We're going to stick our jab out there. We're going to bait him in, and we're going to see what he does off of that, and we'll just adjust to whatever he brings to the table. I'm ready for anything.
He's a crafty veteran fighter. There's no question about that. He has several fights under his belt. They say he's a great defensive fighter. I talked to Austin Colleen. He says he's a very good defensive fighter, very hard to hit. Have you seen any tapes of him, and do you have any plans? And again, going in against a wily veteran, it's a little bit different. And you say you're ready, but do you have any specific, without revealing everything, what you might do against a defensive expert like Moreno?
Well, you got to feint a lot. I know that. You got to feint, act like you're coming in. If he bites, that's when your shots are open. So we're gonna have him biting on a lot of stuff tomorrow night, and he's gonna get caught with some good shots. Whether he stays in the whole 6 rounds or goes down, it doesn't matter. We're gonna go in there and get that W.
Mathew Diamond Boy Griego, best of luck tomorrow night.
Thank you.
Ed Nunez with Micah Frankel at the Elegante Hotel. Tomorrow night, Battle of the Brave, Manuel Lujan Fairgrounds. First fight, 6 o'clock. Gates open at 5. Micah, you've done extensive interviews on this card and CageMinds.com. I saw some of your interviews. What do you think of the card? And you were here at the weigh-ins. Jason Sanchez looked somewhat angry, but we'll get into that a little bit later. But what do you think so far of what you've seen as far, and what do you know about the card? You know a lot about it.
Well, the most nervous I was coming into today was, would we actually be able to see Jordanne Garcia and Katie Ramirez? Would they come in close enough to make the fight happen? That did happen. We have a fight tomorrow night. That was a pivotal point, I know, for the promotion. Would that fight be able to commence? I mean, you saw the raw emotion coming out of Matt Griego and Brian Mendoza on the scales. Both of them look hungry, look ready to perform in front of this local crowd. Jason Sanchez, I'll spoiler alert you guys, there's been a last-moment change in opponent, so he's a little angry, but I think we're still looking at a good contest. He has a veteran in front of him that has more than 40 fights under his belt, so I think we have some tough fights out there. Last minute, Ronnie Baca jumping in to take on Anthony Hill. That one is going to be a war for sure, and definitely a big step up in competition, the experience level for a young man like Baca, taking on a guy with 25 fights as he has 2 under his belt. Definitely a lot of confidence from him and his team. I expect an exciting show tomorrow night.
I think the local guys that we looked at, even the local women that were fighting, they look in shape and ready to go, and I think that's important. Some people might be deceived by the overall records of these opponents, and they shouldn't be. They're veteran fighters that they're wily, they're crafty, they know they've been hit, they've been in some fights, so don't be surprised if people may look at it and say, oh, this guy hasn't won a lot of fights. they've been in the ring against a lot of experienced fighters, so people need to take note of that.
Well, I'll tell you, it's not unfair to definitely call the Albuquerque fighters the betting favorites, but there's been upsets all throughout sports history. That's what makes combat sports in particular so exciting. One punch lands and the whole night changes. Anything can happen in there, and upsets happen all the time. So anything is possible. A lot of battle-tested vets, and they have then a lot of wily tricks.
Well, nobody knows more about combat sports than Micah Frankel. Micah, thanks so much for your time.
Ed, always, and thank you for the compliment.
You bet. We'll be back with more fighters after these.
Legacy Boxing Promotions, it's boxing for the brave. And what they decided to do on this particular card is put an unbelievable fight card with tremendous talent and put it at Expo, New Mexico tomorrow night. Now the weigh-ins will be administered and watched over by the New Mexico Athletic Commission. Your executive director is Richard Espinosa. The chairman, Gavin Pantoja. So as we talk about this card and the undefeated fighters on it, and if you look at this poster behind me, Jason Alacrancito Sanchez, they talk about up and coming. They talk about a guy who comes to fight, not only comes to fight and entertains because that's what he does, but he has a lot of power and potential, and he's going to risk that undefeated record tomorrow night. Also headlining the card, Brian Mendoza, better known as La Bala, also undefeated, and he's going to risk his undefeated record tomorrow night. And then that third fight with these three fights headlining with Mathew Diamond Boy Griego, undefeated, risking that undefeated mark as well tomorrow. And the undercard is tremendous. So once again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, MCM Elegante. Thank you for letting us be here today. Perez Collision, big round of applause for Perez. Loya Tires and El Mesquite Market. We will start today's weigh-ins with the first bout of the evening tomorrow night. It's going to be a featured female 4-round bout. Up first to the scale, she represents Rosales Karate and Kickboxing. Katie Ramirez to the scale, please. Katie. Lead trainer Tony Rosales, well known and recognized in New Mexico. Katie steps on the scale for her official weight.
$145.6.
145.6 for Katie Ramirez.
Welcome back to the Manuel Lujan Building. Battle of the Brave. Ed Nunez along with Daniel Pitbull Pettis. Austin Colleen stepped away for a minute. He'll be back. Second bout of the evening coming up. Ronnie Mongoose Baca versus Anthony Hill. Our first bout of the evening. Jordanne OMG Garcia. Unanimous decision against Katie Ramirez. And Daniel, this bout here, Ronnie Mongoose Baca versus Anthony Hill. Baca fights on a very short notice. He's fighting next month in Florida. And Daniel, no one can talk about the pounding that your body takes. You don't have time to recover really if you're fighting next month in Florida. Talk about that for a little bit.
Actually, if I'm correct, the commissions nowadays won't even let you do that. If after an X amount of rounds, a fight that you go an X amount of rounds, you have to take an X amount of time off before you can actually fight again. So I don't know how he's going to pull that one off. Unless he gets a real quick knockout.
That's for the fighter's protection. If people don't understand that, Muhammad Ali back in the day, how many fights did Ali have in short spans?
Yes. Yeah.
So, second, Austin Colleen back on the broadcast with us. And Austin, we're getting ready for the second fight of the night. Ronnie Mongoose Baca versus Anthony Hill. What do you know?
This is a tough fight for Baca. Because Anthony Hill has gone the distance with Brian Mendoza and Shorty Salinas. And those guys are bombers. So this is going to be a tough fight.
Baca also fought to a draw against Marco Servine in April of 2016, right here on a Legacy boxing card. And both fighters are in the ring. And we'll go to Mike Adams here in just a second.
I will say this. Baca for a tall fighter.
Let's go to ring announcer Mike Adams. Excuse me, Austin.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready for our next bout of the evening. It will be 4 rounds. The 3 judges at ringside: Sandy Martinez Pino, Esther Lopez, and Anthony Romero. And the referee in charge of all the action, Robert Velos. And now introducing first, out of the blue corner, he's wearing the red trunks with the gold trim. He's a veteran with 24 fights, and he weighed in at 146.6 pounds. He hails from Phoenix, Arizona. Ladies and gentlemen, Anthony, the son of Jesus, Hill. And now introducing out of the red corner with lead trainer and recent New Mexico Boxing Hall of Fame inductee Sergio Chavez. He weighed in 145.8 pounds. He's wearing the green with the gray trunks with the gold trim. His professional record: 1 win, no losses, 1 draw, and 1 by way of knockout from Albuquerque, New Mexico, Robert Velos with instruction.
Gentlemen, you receive your instructions, so I expect you to obey my commands. Remember to protect yourselves at all times. Keep it clean. We all want to see a good, clean fight. That's what I expect. So touch gloves and good luck to both of you.
All right, we have the introductions, and Anthony Hill in the red trunks, Ronnie the Mongoose Baca in the gold trunks. And as we mentioned, gentlemen, Anthony Hill's a veteran, so we'll see. And Ronnie Baca fights on short notice. We mentioned that. Supposed to fight next month in Florida. Whether he does or not, as you mentioned, Pitbull Pettis, we'll have to see. Here we go. Hill with his hands up kind of high. Leans in, tries to get a body shot on Baca. Hill a little bit off balance there. Baca. Body shot by Hill. He's keeping his head down, Pitbull Pettis, as he comes in.
I was noticing that. And
if you're fighting him, you'd love to see that, right?
He looks right.
Yeah.
He looks a little awkward.
I think there's something wrong with Anthony Hill's shoes. He seems to be slipping.
Okay, if you look at his shoes, they're silver painted like basketball shoes. If you look, they're right in front of us here. Ronnie Baca has black shoes, but let's see if Hill still's body shot to the solar plex backs Hill up a little bit. Baca ties up Hill, but you have to be careful against a veteran. Correct me if I'm wrong, Daniel Pettis. You got to be careful. It may be awkward, but you have to be careful.
Yes, no, they got so many tools in that tool bag that they can use at any time. So, you never know what to expect from them.
Baca 1-2 combination drives Hill back across the ring. Hill uppercut by Baca. Hill again putting his head down. Windmill combination misses. You can tell Hill's been in a few fights.
I was just about to say, Ronnie needs to start using that jab. He's got a long reach. He can keep Hill at bay with that reach.
They talked about that yesterday at the weigh-ins, his long reach. Baca being a little cautious, as we mentioned. Uppercut misses by Baca, a little wild.
I think Baca's missing some punches. That's why he's hesitant to throw.
Hill nearly stumbles again and calls himself the son of Jesus, has a psalm on the back of his red trunks. Right and left by Baca lands, but not much of an effect there. Really more of a feeling out round, gentlemen. Baca being very cautious. Had a chance and misses an uppercut. Had a chance, I thought, for a right hand there. Hill is so awkward, very awkward.
Yes, he does.
I would say Hill's awkwardly smart.
Maybe so.
Right.
Austin Killeen, good point there.
He
sizing up Baca.
Anthony Hill would be in demand as a sparring partner because he's so hard to hit. He'd frustrate any young fighter.
Right.
That's how they learn.
That's a good point there. Over 50 fights for the veteran Hill.
Notice how he switches from orthodox to southpaw.
10 seconds left in the round. Ooh, nice left hand by Hill, and a glancing right hand by Baca as Hill moves back. That's the end of round 1 here. And Hill raises his right hand towards the corner, but more of a feeling out round. But I think you mentioned, Austin, Ronnie Baca being very cautious on his approach to Anthony Hill.
It's a smart move because if he overextends himself, he'll leave himself open for counter punches.
Yeah.
Pitbull Pettis, what'd you see?
I thought it was a good round. They didn't. They stayed a little busy. Ronnie Baca tried a little bit of jabbing from outside, tried a little banging from inside, and like you said, Hill, he's very awkward. So you don't know what he's coming with. He's either inside, outside. He's to your left side, he's to your right side. So he'll come at you from anywhere. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen this second round.
Ronnie the Mongoose Baca, trained by Sergio Chavez, another recent New Mexico Boxing Hall of Fame inductee. Much respect for Sergio Chavez, much respect.
Oh yeah, he's been in the game for years.
Round 2 here at the Manuel Lujan building, and Hill gets off his seat and comes somewhat charging against Baca. Shot to the back of Baca, not much effect there by Hill. A crafty fighter like that will make you miss a lot, and that's what Hill's doing. Referee tells him to bring the punches up a little bit. Hill a little low on a couple of those combinations. Baca's still trying to figure out this crafty veteran. Uppercut misses. He's in front of him, but he's not. He's here, but he's not. He's there, and he's not.
I think Hill's landing the cleaner punches so far this round.
We're still early.
Right. I mean, I'm not going to give him the round yet. I'll wait till the bell rings.
So Baca trying to size Hill up, and seems like he's having a little hard time. Hill's making him miss a lot of punches.
Yes,
glancing left hand by Hill. Who comes in again very awkwardly, head down. You would think that'd give Baca a chance to land some combos, but he's been very cautious about it. Hill, good defense by Baca.
I think Baca's got to pick the pace up a little bit. He's not throwing enough punches. He's throwing one here, one there. He's not putting them together like in combinations 3 and 4. You know.
Again, a big right hand missed by Baca. Hill's defense is very solid, and Austin Killeen mentioned that. Very solid defense so far.
Thank you. Baca's looking for openings, and he's going to look all night. He's just got to become aggressive.
Solid left landed by Hill on the exchange there and brings a smile to Baca's face, indicating he wasn't hurt, but still Hill piling up a few points here in round 2.
Yeah.
Finally, Baca gets off, nice uppercut to lands on Hill, but Hill keeps coming forward.
When you're fighting an evasive fighter like Hill, best thing to do is punch right for the lower chest, because that's the hardest thing to move on your body.
Baca just can't get through that peekaboo defense, at least right now. Glancing right hand,
now
left, and Hill shakes his head. That said he had no effect there.
Well, he said it had no effect. I think it looked pretty solid.
Yeah. Not slipping as much in round 2. Anthony Hill was kind of skating around the ring in round 1. Or maybe that's part of his strategy. Who knows?
Yeah, I noticed that, like you said, Austin, Hill keeps on switching from southpaw to orthodox. He's going back and forth.
And that's very confusing for a fighter.
Actually, I'm thinking Ronnie hasn't caught on to it.
Right. He's a young fighter.
Ronnie's getting caught every time Hill's doing that. So he needs to be informed in his corner that what Hill is doing.
10 seconds left in the round, and I'm sure a little action on the inside, not much. Fighters tie up.
That was a nice hook by Hill.
Nice exchange there. That's the end of round 2, and both fighters touch gloves after the round. Gentlemen.
1 and 1.
Pitbull.
I think it's 20.
I'm going to have to call the first one draw, and that one, I'm going to go draw both of them. I'm not going to push my luck. I'll go draw both rounds.
And I'll tell you, a fighter like Anthony Hill can frustrate you. You really can, because you're thinking he's there, and he comes at you with such unorthodox angles.
I think our Pitbull belongs in Washington. Notice how he sat in the fence How you sat in the fence.
Political, he's that's where he's got to be politically correct, but if Pitbull's Pettis says something about a boxing match, you better listen. He's been in there, so he knows all about it.
Well, if he fights me, he's going to have to put a pillowcase over his head.
So round through, Sergio Chavez really working the corner there with Ronnie.
Look at the body mark on Baca.
No, there. You know what? A red mark right by the right rib cage of Ronnie the Mongoose Baca. So maybe that punch didn't look like it did much damage, but we see it right here. Round 3 here at Manuel Lujan Building. Oh, glancing left by Hill again. Again, he comes with such strange angles. Doesn't really follow up, but he gets another glancing left. A left by Baca, short left lands on Hill.
Yeah, you watch Hill. He'll lean one way and throw a shot from the opposite side.
Very unorthodox, Daniel.
You never know what he's coming at you with.
Solid left there by Baca, and even Hill acknowledges that, nods his head yes, and affirmative.
I was talking to Hill yesterday. Very intelligent young man. He's got a degree from college, has his own business as a mechanic, and he told me his goal is to have 200 professional fights.
Well, he's got over 50 fights, so well on his way to that. You mentioned, Austin, he might make somebody a very good sparring partner, but first thing first, he's got Ronnie Mongoose Baca right in front of him here.
Well, I can tell you right now, he might make a good sparring partner, but a lot of good pros wouldn't want him in their camp.
No, you're probably right.
Because he'd make them look foolish.
Halfway through round 3, and Baca again misses with the right. Boy, Hill is crafty. Short right lands to Hill, but not much damage done there. Baca having a hard time putting together combinations, holds Hill behind the head. The referee separates him.
There he goes again, switching his style.
Yeah. Ronnie needs to use that jab from outside. Use them long straight shots whether they have a distance between each other. He's got the reach.
The way to beat a fighter who switches from side to side, time him so you catch them in the middle of their switch.
Right when they're doing it.
In the middle of the switch.
That's why I was
Baca
telling you. I don't think
wild
Ronnie's
right
on,
Hill.
he's switching.
Right.
A glancing left.
Because they can be knocked down because they have no balance.
Very good point. Another left by Hill, just a glancing one. Very crafty veteran here. You can tell Baca's getting a little bit frustrated. Glancing left by Baca, not much there. Right misses. Boy, Hill's got some good defense, there's no question.
There may be some people at ringside saying, why isn't Baca throwing more?
Another left by Hill.
They should be in his shoes.
No, you're right. It looks much easier, right, Daniel? Much easier said than done.
It's always a lot easier out here. You can do anything you want from outside of the ring once you're in there.
Good body punch there by Baca, lands on Hill. Baca putting together a string of body punches, not bad, but Hill landing again. Good shot by Baca to the ribs. Uppercut. Fighting on the inside. Baca scoring some points in round 3. That'll do it for round 3. And gentlemen.
Well, it's another close round. If my name's Perez, I know how I'm going. The draw. But I think our friend here from Arizona might have the fight lead 2-1.
I'm going to still call a draw. I got a draw all 3 rounds so far.
Very hard fight to score. I don't think there's any doubt about it. So we'll have to see. But beginning of round 4, around the way here.
We do know one thing for sure. Ronnie's got to stay a lot busier if he wants to pull this fight off.
The best thing for Ronnie, he's got to throw in combination so something might get through.
It seems to be as if he's trying, but Hill's defense is making that hard for him to follow up on those combinations.
That move that Hill has where he drops his head, it works incredibly well. Most of those punches.
Looks so unorthodox, but
it works.
Part of his plan. Here we go with round 4.
Not yet.
And Hill's got to feel pretty good about himself fighting on Baca's home turf.
Whoa,
left by Hill.
That was a
rocks Baca back a little bit. Nice shot there, Austin.
Yeah, excellent shot.
Uppercut by Hill. Fighting on the inside. Good shot there by right hand by Baca, trying to follow up on it.
I don't know. I think
Good body punch by Baca. Another body shot. Oh, good right hand.
Nice.
Snaps Hill's head back. Good uppercut on the follow-up by the Mongoose. He's finally starting to find his range here, gentlemen. It seems so anyway.
I agree with you. He's landing some nice shots this round. You notice it's amazing, but Ronnie's doing better inside, even though he's the taller fighter.
He's always done that.
Right.
I was talking to his dad about that a while back, and how he don't use his reach to his advantage. He likes to bang inside.
But he's actually doing better on the inside than he is at long range.
Yeah.
Oh, nice left, clipping left there by Baca. Doesn't move Hill at all, but scored some points.
This is a very good round for Baca.
Yes, it is.
The best round of the fight so far by the Mongoose, no question. Oh, nice right by Baca. Hill doesn't move back one step, though.
Hill's problem now is he's standing up. He's given up his awkward style.
Yeah,
Baca
very
having all
true.
kinds of a hard time in solving that style.
Because he was having a lot of success, and why give up what he was doing?
Exactly. If it's working, don't stop.
Glancing left there by Baca, trying to follow up with combinations. Has a nice left there, but he hasn't really been consistent in following up. He's kind of let Hill dictate some of the pace, I think. Peekaboo defense is just hard to get through.
Looks like we got a gash over the left eye of Hill.
So Hill does have a gash right in front of us here. Oh, nice shot by Baca, and Hill says bring it some more as he touches his jaw with his right glove. He does have a cut over his left eye. We'll have to see how that plays out. Let's see if Baca sees that and tries to attempt to target that. Hill pushing his punches a little bit here in round 4.
Hill's tasted some leather this round.
Yeah, he has.
Now he's getting back to the funny head movements.
That's been 10 seconds left in the round. Baca a little bit against the ropes, lunging right by Hill, misses. That's the end of round 4.
I think Ronnie has just pulled. I think he took away the draw. He had 3. I call the first 3 rounds a draw. This 4th round, I think he dominated.
That's the end of the fight. This fight was scheduled for 4 rounds, so it'll go to the judges' scorecard. Austin Colleen.
I have rounds 1 and 4 for Baca, 2 and 3 for Hill.
Okay, Bo Pettis.
I say first 3 were a draw, and I give the last round to Ronnie.
That might send Baca, Ronnie the Mongoose Baca, over the top here. We'll see.
What's that? I have it a draw.
Austin Colleen scores at a draw.
2-2.
I think that last round might have gone for Baca. Let's see. That might push him into a win. But Anthony Hill, a willing veteran here, and a very crafty veteran. Very crafty.
Baca can punch, and the other 2 gentlemen I mentioned are punchers. He just is able to defuse the bomb.
So we'll wait for ring announcer Mike Adams with the decision. Let's send it to Mike Adams.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 action-packed rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Anthony Romero scored about 38 even. Judge Esther Lopez scored about 39-37 Baca. And Judge Sandy Martinez Pino scored about 40-36 for your winner by majority decision. From Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Majority decision winner, Ronnie the Mongoose Baca. A little bit of surprise here ringside, Austin Colleen.
I can't believe the score 40-36.
That's kind of shocked me. Let's go to Mike Adams again. He's going to have an interview with Ronnie Baca. Then we'll wrap it up after that.
Getting with a lot of guys. You kept your composure. you. You were headed to Florida here. In just a couple of weeks, you were able to get on this fight card. Took on a tough competitor. How'd the mindset change knowing you were going back east and then ended up here?
I had to change very quickly. I had to
You know, a lot of people are saying your name, Ronnie Baca 2-0. You increase your record. What's next? What do you want to see? Do you want to continue in this division in Albuquerque, or do you want to see fights elsewhere? What do you want to do?
I definitely want to play a fan base here. I love the Albuquerque. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. Love you guys so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to the Mongoose, Ronnie Baca.
Ronnie the Mongoose Baca victorious. Now, Austin, you were saying a little bit surprised about the 40 to Pitbull Pettis. We'll get to you in a sec. A little bit surprised about the 40 to 36 score.
I can't believe how someone could see he didn't win a round. I'm shocked.
Pitbull Pettis.
I think the score was a little there was too much of a gap there. It should have been a lot closer than what they gave it. But I still think Ronnie did pull it off.
Thought that last round put him over the top, and it did.
Exactly.
But going forward for Ronnie the Mongoose Baca, you go in there against a wily veteran. You're supposed to fight in less than a month. We'll see if that happens. But what does he come out of from this fight? What does he come out of fighting a guy like Hill, like Anthony Hill?
He left the ring a far better fighter than he entered it. This was great experience. Great experience for him.
Fighting an opponent with that has that kind of skills and that kind of that brings in that kind of skills with all that experience. Actually made, like you're saying, Austin made Ronnie that much of a better fighter from the get-go.
It's like he figured him out in the fourth round.
Yep.
Had a big round.
So Ronnie the Mongoose Baca's victorious in a 4-round fight against Anthony Hill. We'll be back with our next fights after these messages. You're watching ProView Sports.
Legacy Boxing Promotions. It's boxing for the brave. And what they decided to do on this particular card is put an unbelievable fight card with tremendous talent and put it at Expo, New Mexico tomorrow night. Now the weigh-ins will be administered and watched over by the New Mexico Athletic Commission. Your executive director is Richard Espinosa. The chairman, Gavin Pantoja. So as we talk about this card and the undefeated fighters on it, and if you look at this poster behind me, Jason Alatrancito Sanchez, they talk about up and coming. They talk about a guy who comes to fight, not only comes to fight and entertains because that's what he does, but he has a lot of power and potential, and he's going to risk that undefeated record tomorrow night. Also headlining the card, Brian Mendoza, better known as La Bala, also undefeated, and he's going to risk his undefeated record tomorrow night. And then that third fight with these 3 fights headlining with Mathew Diamond Boy Griego, undefeated, risking that undefeated mark as well tomorrow. And the undercard is tremendous. So once again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, MCM Elegante. Thank you for letting us be here today. Pettis Collision, big round of applause for Pettis. Loya Tires and El Mesquite Market. We will start today's weigh-ins with the first bout of the evening tomorrow night. It's going to be a featured female 4-round bout. Up first to the scale, she represents Rosales Karate and Kickboxing. Katie Ramirez to the scale, please. Katie. Lead trainer Tony Rosales, well known and recognized in New Mexico. Katie steps on the scale for her official weight.
$145.6.
145.6 for Katie Ramirez. She's going to be taking on this young lady trained by her father, Steve Garcia. Big round of applause for Jordanne. Oh my God, Garcia. Four-round featured attraction tomorrow night.
154.2.
154.2 for Garcia. If you can get a face-off, ladies, right here in the front. If you can face the crowd, please.
Yes. Cameras down.
Thank you. That concludes Garcia and Ramirez tomorrow night. Be 6 rounds. Up first to the scale, Tavoris Teague. Tavoris to the scale. Tavoris Teague from Paramount, California, making his way to the scale. 6 rounds tomorrow night.
$148.8.
148. He's going to be taking on another well-recognized boxer in the community. Big round of applause for Cristian Castillo.
Welcome back to the Manuel Lujan Building Battle of the Brave, sponsored by Perez Collision Legacy Boxing. Third bout of the evening will be Mathew Papitas Esquibel versus Christopher Russell. Waiting for Papitas Esquibel to get in the ring. Christopher Russell is already in. Austin, what do you know about Papitas Esquibel and Christopher Russell?
Russell doesn't do enough when he gets in the ring. And Esquibel has only fought once in the last 5 years.
Really?
Yeah. But
so long layoff by Papitas.
He laid off for 5 years and then for 4 years.
So he hasn't been a very busy fighter, and you're saying that Christopher Russell doesn't do much when he's in the ring.
Right.
So this should be very interesting.
But Esquibel, when I did see that one fight he had skills, but he was rusty. And I suspect he'll be rusty again tonight. But he does have skills.
Here comes Papitas Esquibel in the ring. Christopher Russell, this bout is scheduled for 4 rounds.
The other thing I think that's interesting, we've got some pretty good welterweights on this card. You got some tremendous matchups.
Let's go to ring announcer Mike Adams for the introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready for our next bout of the evening. It will be 4 rounds. Your 3 judges at ringside: Sandy Martinez-Pino, Esther Lopez, and Anthony Romero. And your referee in charge of all the action, Rocky Burke. And now introducing first out of the blue corner. He weighed in 148 pounds. He's wearing the all-red trunks. His professional record is 3 wins, 20 losses with 1 draw, and 2 by way of knockout from Amarillo, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, Christopher Russell.
He was good last time too.
And now introducing out of the red corner, he's wearing the red trunks with the black trim. He weighed in 146.2 pounds. His professional record, 9 wins, no losses, 4 by way of knockout, and he calls Albuquerque, New Mexico. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, Mathew Papitas Esquibel. Rocky Burke in instructions.
It's good to see Papitas back in the ring. He was on a little bit of vacation there for a while, but before when he was fighting, he was a good boxer puncher. He could do pretty much anything he tried. He had a lot of skill.
Exceptionally long layoff. Exceptionally long. kind of unusual to see someone take that kind of layoff and then come back after 5 years.
Well, if he looks good tonight, he's only going to lay off for 3 years.
Because you said 4 years, then 5. So Esquibel and the red trunks both have red, but Esquibel, of course, has his name across the front of his trunks. Christopher Russell also in the red trunks. Papita's got a good ovation here from the home Albuquerque crowd. Papitas Esquibel also has the black gloves. Christopher Russell, the blue gloves. Just underway here in round 1. Ed Nunez along with Daniel Pitbull Pettis and Austin Killeen. Oh, nice glancing right to Esquibel's left side of the face. Esquibel combination.
Well, Russell's throwing that heavy overhand right. He landed right away, too.
He came out throwing that.
I think
Combination missed by Esquibel. Go ahead, Austin.
I think Russell was mad at me when I said he wasn't active.
He must have heard that because I tell you what, he came out very active. Overhand right by Esquibel lands to the back of the head of Russell. Russell misses with a big left, and Esquibel has him backpedaling. Russell fighting off of the ropes there. Both fighters exchange a flurry.
Russell's throwing them punches with some bad intentions. He's looking for a knockout tonight.
In the first round.
Oh, damn it.
Great right hand by Russell. Puts Esquibel down.
Whoa.
Hey, the ref, he's stunned. I'd be surprised if they keep that going. Rocky Burke giving him a standing 8 count there. I'd be very surprised if he's going to keep it going. Big right hand by Russell.
Whoa.
Another right hand.
Whoa.
Left. Russell trying to end it here in round 1. Esquibel hanging on. Esquibel down again, but I thought it was more of a push.
Oh.
Referee Rocky Burke says that's a push. Keep fighting. Esquibel in a lot of trouble here in round 1. Esquibel is stunned. Russell hanging on there. Russell still on Jump Street, gentlemen. Still on Jump Street.
Esquibel still looks dazed. I don't think Esquibel's recovered from that one.
Let's see if he can survive the round here.
Whoa.
Esquibel fighting back, though. He might have cleared his head a little bit. Oh, good left.
Oh!
A big left by Mathew Papitas Esquibel in a stunning first-round knockout of Christopher Russell. Esquibel was down himself early in the first round and lands a stunning left hand to finish the fight here at the Manuel Lujan building. What an ending, gentlemen. My goodness, it looked like Papitas was finished, and Papitas comes up with the left hand and knocks out Russell.
I think so far we've seen the fight of the night.
Yeah, really impressed.
Wow, Esquibel in trouble, just clears his head and lands. And Daniel Pettis, you said Russell was throwing punches with bad intentions. He was. Let's look at the replay. Let's look at the replay right in front of us.
Russell got a little careless. Oh.
He came in and put his guard down. Short left hand by Esquibel. Good night, sweet prince, as Sal Marciano used to say many years ago. Mathew Esquibel right in front of us here. What a stunning knockout, gentlemen.
Unbelievable.
First, let's check on Christopher Russell. Make sure that he's okay.
Outstanding comeback from Esquibel there.
The problem with the knockout, not only did he get knocked down, his head bounced in the canvas.
Yeah.
And that's
Now,
dangerous.
referee Rocky Burke did an excellent job, because what if he had stopped that fight? What if he had stopped on the standing 8 count with Papitas, who looked a little bit stunned, Daniel?
Yeah, he looked like he hadn't recovered.
Here we go again. Oh, there's the first knockout, knocked down by Russell.
I want to see the second one.
And Russell, already thinking he had the fight, has his hands above his head. And Esquibel, let's look at this, gentlemen. Look very closely. Almost gets knocked down again. How he managed to hang on, look at that. So he's hanging on, still fighting.
Yeah, I think
goes down, that's a push.
Yeah,
Second
that was a
one
push.
was a push.
I think it's a knockdown.
Rocky Burke called that a push. Here's the knockout. Oh, beautiful textbook short left. And that did it. Christopher Russell still down in front of us.
Russell,
You hit the
when Russell got knocked down, his head bounced on the canvas.
Outstanding comeback by Papitas. He got a lot of heart because he was pretty dazed there for a while.
Christopher Russell being attended to by the ring doctor. Let's take a short break. We'll be back to the Manuel Lujan Building, Battle of the Brave, after these messages. You're watching Pro View Networks.
Golly, man.
Legacy Boxing Promotions is boxing for the brave. And what they decided to do on this particular card is put an unbelievable fight card.
Welcome back to Manuel Lujan Building. Stunning first round knockout by Mathew Papitas Esquibel of Christopher Russell. Russell had Esquibel down in the first round. Esquibel came back. Stunning first round knockout. As the fight crowd charged up here, let's go to Mike Adams for the interview.
You talk about action-packed one round. You take a little break, he knocks you down, you get up, what are you thinking? I gotta ask you this. Are we gonna see you back sooner than later? Because as you see the fans here, they remember Papitas. You take a lot of pain, you came back, and you're gonna stay away.
What a stunning turn of events, Christopher Russell seemed to have, and he did, had Mathew Papitas Esquibel in all kinds of trouble in the first round. But I'll tell you what, Esquibel persevered and hung on. Stunning first round knockout by Mathew Papitas Esquibel. Will we see him sooner than later? Ring announcer Mike Adams asked him that, and I think after that victory there, you have to feel like you feel pretty good about yourself.
I think that's enough to keep him busy to keep him hungry and want to stay busy in the ring and the gym and get more fights, stay busier and I mean you can look at him, he's hyped, he's real hyped now. Probably regrets he took so much time off, but he did outstanding. He recovered after a while and he paid the fiddler right back, you know.
I'll tell you what, that's the fight game, and nobody knows that better than Daniel Pitbull Pettis. We'll be back to the Manuel Lujan Building after these messages. You're watching
Papita! Papita!
Legacy Boxing Promotions is boxing for the brave. And what they decided to do on this particular card is put an unbelievable fight card with tremendous talent and put it at Expo, New Mexico tomorrow night. Now the weigh-ins will be administered and watched over by the New Mexico Athletic Commission. Your executive director is Richard Espinosa. The chairman, Gavin Pantoja. So as we talk about this card and the undefeated fighters on it, and if you look at this poster behind me, Jason Sanchez, they talk about up and coming. They talk about a guy who comes to fight, not only comes to fight and entertains because that's what he does, but he has a lot of power and potential, and he's going to risk that undefeated record tomorrow night. Also headlining the card, Brian Mendoza, better known as La Bala, also undefeated, and he's going to risk his undefeated record tomorrow night. And then that third fight with these three fights headlining with Mathew Diamond Boy Griego, undefeated, risking that undefeated mark as well tomorrow. And the undercard is tremendous. So once again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, MCM Elegante. Thank you for letting us be here today. Perez Collision, big round of applause for Perez. Loya Tires and El Mesquite Market. We will start today's weigh-in. It will be 6 rounds. Up first to the scale, Tavoris Teague. Tavoris to the scale. Tavoris Teague from Paramount, California, making his way to the scale. 6 rounds tomorrow night.
$148.8.
148. He's going to be taking on another well-recognized boxer in the community. Big round of applause for Cristian Castillo.
Even.
100. Tomorrow night, we get a face-off, gentlemen.
Daniel Budweiser right there.
Go, Cristian! Come on, Cristian! Go!
Welcome to the Elegante Hotel. Ed Nunez along with Cristian Cabral. And, Cristian, tomorrow night you weighed in at 150. Your opponent's Tavoris Teague. How do you feel? It's a fight night again. It's tomorrow, and you look really ripped. You look ready. You look shredded. How do you feel?
I feel pretty good. I feel healthy. I mean, I made it weight easy pretty good, so I feel good.
What's training been like, and what's your plans to hydrate and replenish some of those fluids that you lost?
Well, the training was, I did some swimming and some conditioning, a lot of conditioning, and just techniques. We watched some videos on this guy, so we're just figuring him out. Well, we got it, so now we're gonna go eat after right now. So, cause we haven't ate, so we gotta go eat.
Cristian, what do you know about your opponent, Tavoris Teague? He's here, 3-17 record. That doesn't mean a whole lot. People might think he's going to be pushover. I'm sure he's not. He's a veteran. What do you know about him?
Well, he likes to move a lot, so we're going to try to cut the ring on him. So that's the plan. Throw a lot of rights. Yeah, I seen him. He doesn't like the body shots. That's what I seen in some videos, so we're going to go for that body too.
Cristian, best of luck tomorrow night.
Thank you, thank you.
You bet. We'll be back with Mathew Diamond Boy Griego after these messages. This is Ed Nunez from ProView Networks. Ed Nunez live at the Elegante Hotel along with ring girl Yoli Smith. And Yoli, you'll be one of the ring girls at the Battle of the Brave tomorrow night at the Manuel Lujan Fairgrounds. First to bell at 6 o'clock, gates open at 5. What people want to know is, how did you get to be a ring girl? And, we'll ask you a couple questions, but how did that occur?
I kind of just fell into it. So somebody noticed some of my modeling and asked me if I wanted to do fight. So I started with Legacy about a year ago.
How many fights have you participated in, or how many fight cards have you done?
I think this year I've done, this will be my number 6.
What's the most fun part about it? Are you a big fan of boxing? I'm guessing you are.
I am a big fan of boxing, and I guess the best part is getting to know the fighters. So.
Yoli, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
You bet. Ed Nunez at the Elegante Hotel, along with ring girl Laura Poole. Laura, you'll be one of the ring girls tomorrow night. Battle of the Brave, Manuel Lujan Fairgrounds. First fight at 6 o'clock, gates open at 5. And as we asked your partner, Yoli Smith, what was it about being a ring girl, or how did you get involved with it?
I got involved in it through modeling. I was invited through Red Corner Media, and I've been also a ring girl for the Buffalo Thunder fights with Holmes Boxing, and that's kind of how I fell into this.
Like I asked Yoli, I wanted to know, are you a big fan of boxing?
I sure am. Being from Albuquerque, New Mexico, I think we have a lot of great boxing athletes here in New Mexico, so I enjoy watching the fights, and especially I enjoy being part of them as a ring girl.
Well, tomorrow night should be a great card. Are you looking forward to it? I'm sure you are.
Oh, definitely. It's always a thrill being on there live. So come on and watch it with us. It's going to be super fun.
Laura, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
Next bout of the evening is going to be 6 rounds. First up to the scale.
Corner Media, Legacy Promotion, bringing you another exciting event. November 11th, where Manuel Lujan Center, Expo, New Mexico. Main card of the event tonight is here with me, Jason and Alcancito Sanchez. Thank you, brother. How you doing?
Good, man. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. We're pretty excited, man, to have you here tonight. Jason, 10-0, 123, 6 knockouts. What does that make you feel like?
Welcome back to the Manuel Lujan building. Battle of the Brave, sponsored by Perez Collision Legacy Boxing. And Daniel Pitbull Pettis, I don't know how we beat the excitement. Manuel Lujan building still buzzing after that first round unbelievable reversal of fortune. Mathew Papitas Esquibel knocking out Christopher Russell in the first round after Esquibel himself was knocked down. So what place is still buzzing here. So our fourth fight of the evening, Cristian Cabral versus Tavoris Teague. That'll be a 6-round matchup. And we were at the weigh-in yesterday, and Cristian Cabral has a son, turned his life around a little bit. Tavoris Teague, the veteran. Tavoris Teague comes in with a nice physique. He's usually pretty ripped up, according to Austin Killeen, we got to wrestle this guy down so he doesn't join us. Let's go to ring announcer Mike Adams.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready for our next bout of the evening. It will be 6 rounds of boxing. Your 3 judges at ringside: Anthony Romero, Esther Lopez, and Sandy Martinez Pino. Your referee in charge of all the action, Rocky Burke. And now introducing first out of the blue corner. He's wearing the black, silver, and blue trunks. He weighed in 148.8 pounds. His professional record: 3 wins, 17 losses, 2 draws, and 2 by way of knockout. From Bakersfield, California, ladies and gentlemen, Tavoris And now, introducing out of the red corner with the black trunks and the gold trim. He weighed 150 pounds. His professional record, 7 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, and 4 by way of knockout from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Ladies and gentlemen,
Cristian Cabral fighting out of the red corner with the gold and black trunks. Tavoris Teague fighting out of the blue corner with the blue, silver, and black trunks. And El Puma Cabral, and that's an intense stare down there, gentlemen, and a pretty intense stare down.
Yep, they seem like they want each other. Let's see once the bell rings.
I'll say that the fighter from California is no action. That way we'll have a great fight.
Austin, you've mentioned he comes in usually in good shape.
Oh, fabulous shape.
Cabral comes in with a record of 9-1. We mentioned he has a son now, has really turned his life around.
The mother has played a big role. I tell you, she's sharp.
Cabral looks in good shape himself.
He is.
Very good shape.
Hey, for this fight, he sparred with me. He did.
Cabral misses several combinations there, and Tavoris Teague, the veteran, the wily veteran, glancing body shot to Cabral by Teague. Chance of the Puma come up from the crowd here at the Manuel Lujan building. Of course, the hometown favorite.
Teague's a little awkward too. He's everywhere.
Sort of like, oh, nice right there by Teague. Cabral had him pinned against the ropes, but Teague gets off. Seems like another awkward fighter there, Daniel Pettis.
Yes, he is. He's coming at you from one angle, and before you know it, he's swinging from the opposite side.
Tavoris Teague has been in several fights. Wily, cagey veteran. Cabral covering up. Nice short right hand lands to the left jaw of Teague.
There's a lot of action here in this round.
Good body punch by Teague. A little good punch there by Teague.
Yeah. Well, he can do it, but he just doesn't for some reason. But tonight he's letting his hands move.
He's been much more active than what you described, Austin.
He's making me look bad. Oh, Cabral landed 2 nice right hands.
And a miss on a big third shot, but he did land 2. Right in front of us here. Cabral sizing up Teague, and body punch by Cabral misses. Teague loads up, throws an uppercut. Cabral covers up. There he is, he's there and he's not there. A nice angle there, and Teague comes back after making Cabral misses and misses with the right of his own.
Cabral needs to lead with his shots instead of his head. He's leaning in when he's throwing. He needs to throw from the outside, work his way in instead of leaning in.
Good point.
He gets his head in front of his lead foot and loses his power.
Yeah, he does.
And historically, he doesn't really have power. His wins have been TKOs.
Both fighters miss on flurries of combinations right in front of us. 10 seconds left in round 1. That's it for round 1. Kind of a feeling out round by both fighters, gentlemen.
That was a good first round.
I gave it to Cabral, but I thought it was a very good round.
Close round.
And I'm taking credit for his nickname, by the way.
What?
I'm taking credit.
For the Puma?
Yeah, because I was in the gym and they were trying to figure it out. He says, he looks like a mountain lion. That's what he does.
So the mountain lion became the Puma.
Right. Oh, he had to be Spanish.
Pitbull Pettis, what did you see after round 1?
I think Cabral got that round He needs to stay a little busier. Needs to throw more from outside. Lead with his shots, not with his head. But Teague's got a lot of awkward movement, so I think he's in a big game. He's going to make Cabral work for it.
I think that Danny might have figured out why Cabral isn't a bigger puncher, because when he has his head out over his lead foot, he's giving up balance.
Fight scheduled for 6 rounds. We're through 1.
That was fought at a good pace.
Rocky Burke, the referee. This is round 2. Fight card sponsored by Perez Collision and Legacy Boxing Promotion. Both fighters throw flurries, but not much landing there. Teague throwing on the break there. Oh, good defense by Cabral. Makes Teague miss several shots there on the ropes.
That Teague is game. He's not going nowhere.
No, he's throwing a lot of punches.
It's the best I've ever seen him fight. And I've seen him fight.
You've seen several of his fights,
Right.
Austin.
Yeah.
Good left by Cabral. Trying to load up on the combinations, and Teague's just not there. Oh, nice left, short left by Cabral. Good left by Cabral. Teague comes back with a glancing right. Hometown crowd here at Manuel Lujan building, exhorting Cabral on with chants of Puma. Body shot by Teague.
Cabral's tried to stay busy, but he's not landing a lot. He's trying to throw more punches, but
he's trying to load up.
Yeah.
2 body shots and an uppercut land by Cabral. Some points scored on that exchange.
I think this is a very entertaining fight. There's very
Uppercut
little
by Teague
clinching.
misses. Big left by Cabral misses. Body shot by Cabral lands. Short right lands. Cabral scoring some points here in the later part of round 2. Working the body. Body attack there by Cabral.
I think Teague could actually have a chance if he stayed a little busier.
He was busy more. Cabral lands a left and a right. Teague kind of moved away from that punch, kind of rolled with that second punch. Cabral tries to tie up Teague on the ropes there. 10 seconds left in round 2.
There he goes.
Uppercut landed by Teague. Cabral landing some body shots at the end of round 2. Some action in the corner of Cabral, and that's the end of round 2. Gentlemen.
I think our friend from California came to fight. And Cabral, this is a great fight for Cabral because his first comeback fight was a win over Russell. And he really didn't have to do much. But tonight he's forcing him to work. And he needs that. He needs some hard work in his second comeback fight.
He's getting it, Pitbull Pettis.
I think that was a close round. Teague was landing just as much, and he made Cabral miss an awful lot. So I think points-wise, I think that was a really close round.
Scheduled for 6, round 3 coming up.
Cabral took a big breath there and was looking in the corner. You know, they might have told him to, but he really gulped down a lot of air.
So we'll see how the conditioning plays a factor. You wonder if the altitude works against Tavoris Teague, if he's used to the altitude and training and fighting at this altitude here in Albuquerque. Round 3, the start of round 3. Very close fight through 2 rounds. Cabral trying to size up Teague and
Teague standing right in front of him. Cabral
There you
misses
go.
on a combo, does land the last of it though. Short, glancing right. Oh, Teague landed a punch. I don't know if Cabral's hurt or not. I'm not sure. He's just playing possum. Looked like he might have
And
stunned
Teague-
him a little.
Teague comes right back to return the favor.
He sure did. Good job by referee Rocky Burke. You're not kidding, Austin. Teague does look ripped and shredded. You're not kidding.
He came to fight tonight. I've never seen him with this kind of passion.
Decent right hand by Teague. Another one glances off Cabral's glove. Cabral trying to score against the ropes. Teague pushes Cabral back against the ropes right in front of us here. Cabral lands a flurry. Uppercut landed. Cabral trying to fight off the ropes here.
Nice exchange on both parts.
Teague holding on just a little bit there. Right hand misses by Teague. Cabral misses with the right.
We are seeing a good fight here.
Halfway through round 3.
A lot of action. Both of them staying busy.
Very little clinching, too.
Yeah.
Cabral lands a glancing blow. Teague trying to load up on that right. That right comes from strange angles, though. Doesn't really step into it. Left by Cabral. Teague's there, then he's not. Good short left by Teague. Cabral a combination. Right in front of us here at the Manuel Lujan building. Referee Rocky Burke separates them. Long looping right hand by Teague.
I tell you, it's a good thing Cabral has a good defense. Whoa!
Might have stunned Teague, and referee Rocky Burke says do not hit behind the head. Doesn't give him a warning, just tells him. Top of the hall, short right hand lands. That's the end of round 3. Good, entertaining fight here, gentlemen.
Yes.
What do you have after 3 rounds, Austin?
Well, I'm watching just a little exchange. Cabral said something to the referee, and he's mad. That's a very close round. Clearly, I gave the first to Cabral, but the second and third rounds are very close. And you don't want to get the referee against you, because a referee can determine the outcome of a fight. He won't let you go inside, or he will, depending.
Yeah, the ref, Austin's right. The ref can make life a little rough for you in there, so Cristian needs to back off on that part. You know what? There's a lot of action. Every round's been a lot of action. I'm gonna have to call it. I'm gonna have to call it a draw so far, because that Teague's making him miss, and he's landing. He's landing a lot more than he did in the first round. So
here we go with round 4. Tavoris Teague in the blue trunks. Cristian Cabral, these gold and black trunks. Cabral comes out punching for the start of round 4. Right in front of us here at the Manuel Lujan building. Teague, the short right hand lands to Cabral's face. A little bit of sweat flew off Cabral's head there. You can tell Teague has been in a number of fights.
I tell you, both fighters are in great shape because they're fighting at a fast pace here.
And you mentioned, Austin, not a lot of clinching either.
No. If I was Cabral, at the end of the round, I might apologize.
to referee Rocky Burke. Now,
that was a nice jab.
Yeah, he looked a little bit upset.
I don't know if you guys knew, but today's Rocky Burke's birthday, actually.
Oh, right.
So he's working on his birthday.
To the New Mexico Boxing Hall of Fame member as well.
Yep.
Total class guy. Oh, punching on the inside. Both fighters landing.
We got both of them landing.
Few combinations there. Cabral got the better of that exchange. Oh, nice left by Cabral. And he ties up Teague behind the head.
This might be pulling the round out for Cabral. He's having a strong 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Let's see how he finishes. Good point there, Austin, but how he finishes, Teague could still steal this round.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice left by Cabral.
The second minute of this round has been a great for Cabral.
Right hand by Teague, blocked by Cabral. Short left by Cabral. Teague just ducking his head, but you can't tell if he's hurt or not. It doesn't seem so. Cabral misses with a wild right, has Teague pinned in his own corner to the left of the blue corner. Teague ties him up. Teague kind of a right hand off his back foot, kind of pushed that punch.
Teague's not landing a whole lot this round.
No, he's not as busy as he had been in the first 3 rounds.
Right.
Cabral's jab is taking away Teague's rhythm.
Teague lands a 1-2 combination. Hometown fans again here at the Manuel Lujan building, urging Cabral on. The end of round 4.
I gave that one to Cabral that time.
Cristian Cabral and Pitbull Pettis has him in round 4. Let's take a look at some action from round 4. There's Cristian Cabral trying to score some points there. We mentioned Teague just comes at different angles. And both fighters really kind of glancing blows. There's some more action. That's where he's holding him from the back of the head. Cabral had been warned about that by referee Rocky Burke. And when he tries to throw that punch, Pitbull, Teague's gone.
Yeah, it's the right. Teague's right hand is a little at an awkward angle that it comes in.
Boy,
it's not a straight shot and it's not a hook.
Awkward fighter, just like Anthony Hill. Here we go with round 5. Too close to call yet, Austin?
I think it could still go the other way, but I have Cabral ahead.
6-rounder.
5th of 6 rounds here. And Teague much less busy, as we had mentioned, than he'd been in the first 3 rounds.
Cabral's got some swelling under left eye.
Combination, not much effect there on Teague. And Cabral hooked him around around his head, and Rocky Burke separates him. Rocky Burke's done a great job. Teague's just like standing right in front of him, almost daring him. He wants you to throw one so he can get 2 off. Cabral lands a glancing blow.
Cabral's got a great defensive move against the right hand. He picks it up with his glove all the time.
Yeah.
Good right left by
Cabral coming on strong now.
Backed up Teague now. I don't know if Teague's getting a little tired. He's been less busy. Cabral on left and a right, and the left uppercut landed nicely. That scored some points.
He shouldn't have backed up. He gave up his advantage.
Again, Teague very hard to hit. Very hard.
That's a good body work going on.
Good defense by Cabral. Hit Teague against the ropes, and Teague gets out of it.
They're both good off the ropes.
Man, very good.
That was 2 great moves, one by each foot.
That's some fancy footwork.
Yeah.
So Teague really just daring Cabral to hit him, and he wants Cabral to hit first. Unorthodox defensive game, unorthodox offensive game for Tavoris Teague, but effective.
Whoa.
Nice body work by Cabral.
Cabral going to the body nicely here near the end of round 5.
I think Cabral's pulling away now. The last 2 rounds.
Definitely been the more busy fighter and landed the more effective, clean shots.
And he's doing it against strong Teague, because this is the best he's
Oh,
fought.
nice short right hand by Teague as he's backing up. Scored some points. Body head. 10 seconds left in round 5. Nice body punch by Teague. Not much effect on Cabral. Just not there. And really, that fight was in the corner. They started to get going, but that's the end of round 5, Austin Colleen.
Well, obviously I gave the round to Cabral, and he seems to be stronger now, the 5th round, and he landed a nice right hand to end the round. So I think he's won at least 3 of the 5 rounds.
Pitbull Pettis.
Yeah, I got Cabral ahead now. First few rounds it was a little close. They were both landing, and Teague was making him miss an awful lot also. But he's come on stronger as what Austin. I'll go with what Austin said. He's come on strong the last couple of rounds.
They're using end swell under the swelling of both eyes. So he's got swelling under both eyes. Cabral.
Cristian Cabral, as Austin Colleen mentioned, swelling under the right eye and the left eye. 1 round left to go. And if Teague had been good defensively, but not active enough offensively to make it the corners, the round swing in his favor.
But he is still throwing punches.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. 6th and final round between Cristian Cabral and Tavoris Teague. Let's see if Cabral might try for the knockout, but it's going to be hard against a wily veteran like Tavoris Teague. And we just mentioned that. Teague made him miss about 3 punches right there in a row.
I've seen virtually all of Cabral's fights. I've never seen him look better.
High praise from Austin Colleen. I'll have to tell you about Colleen's corner in between fights. Catch all the action there. Austin Colleen will write an article about the fights here tonight. Left and right by Cabral, not much there, but scoring some points.
I'm really impressed how busy Cabral has actually stayed the whole fight. I'm really happy with his performance tonight.
Fighting right in front of us, and again, Teague gets off of the ropes.
The other thing about Cabral, the entire night, he's been landing right hooks to the body, and that takes a lot of steam out of it.
Yeah.
That may be why Teague is starting to show some fatigue.
But still coming forward.
Oh, he's still dangerous. Cabral's in the zone. He's really into this.
Oh, Cabral's got, Teague makes, again, we weren't sure if he seemed a little hurt, but he got out of that very quickly. Teague, a very cagey, wily, smart fighter.
Nice left hook by Teague.
Teague still throwing punches here in the last round. Still active.
Nice body shot by Teague.
Good left by Cabral. Cabral still trying to load up on that big right hand. Fans here want to see a knockout, but Tavoris Teague is a very hard veteran to get a knockout against. Short right by Teague. He pushes a lot of his punches, Pitbull Pettis.
Yes, he does. He doesn't. He has no snap behind him. But then again, too, it's the last round. Teague looked like he's a little fatigued by now. And Cabral's still going strong. I'm impressed.
Right hand and a left by Cabral in Teague's corner. Teague hangs on. Cabral would like to get the knockout, but he'll be satisfied with the decision. Good left by Cabral. That'll do it. That's the end of the fight. Good 6th round of boxing here at the Manuel Lujan building. Austin Colleen.
I think we've seen some great fights tonight. You could argue what the fight of the night is. We've seen some real good fights here.
No question. Pitbull Perez.
I'd have to agree with Austin. I'm really, I think the fans are getting the money's worth tonight. We've had some real action-packed fights, and we've had some excitement. We had one knockout, one after the other. One guy goes down, gets up, a little wobbly, and knocks the other guy, comes back and knocks the other guy down. Right? So
I think Cristian Cabral, unanimous decision.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that.
Against a very game Tavoris Teague, very game.
Best fighter I've seen him fight.
We're waiting for the decision here at ringside. Took a lot of work to get those gloves off Cristian Cabral. Took about 2 guys to get those gloves off.
Their hands could be a little slower.
I'll tell you what, both fighters came in phenomenal shape. Both fighters.
They brought it.
Very true. Let's take it to ring announcer Mike Adams.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing, we go to the official scorecard. Judge Anthony Romero scored about 59-55. Judge Esther Lopez, 59-55. And Judge Sandy Martinez-Pino, 58-56 for your winner by unanimous decision. From Albuquerque, New Mexico, Cristian
Winner by unanimous decision. We got that right, gentlemen. Cristian Cabral, and Tavoris Teague walks out of the ring. Let's go to Mike Adams for the interview.
Came in at Tavoris Teague. You had to figure him out in the early rounds? Now you're back in Albuquerque with a big fan base. And they're excited to see you. Are they going to see more of the Puma? You hear people saying this year, do you have a fight coming up in the near future? Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for Cristian
Cabral, the winner by unanimous decision. He's a man of few words. He's kind of shy, a little bit introverted, but we did call that one against the game. Tavoris Teague, what's next for the Puma, Austin?
I was going to say something that happened in his past, which probably is why I like him. I had first started covering fights, and he was inexperienced, and it was Father's Day, and my kids were all on the East Coast, and the phone rang. I picked it up. It was him, and he says, "I want to wish you a happy Father's Day." And I couldn't, and I was just, it meant so much to me. And I won't say why he did it, because I don't, it's something personal.
Right. That's personal.
But he had a reason behind it, and I just felt so touched.
I'll tell you what, that tells, I always say that you find out about people's character, and when people aren't watching or aren't listening, that tells me a lot. That, wow. Pitbull Perez, Cristian Cabral, big win here against, we mentioned, a very wily, game, cagey Tavoris Teague.
It was an action-packed fight. They both stayed busy. A lot of hit and miss, a lot of angles. I'm really happy with the performance that Cabral did. I've seen him fight a few times, and this is probably the best he's looked since I've seen him of all the fights I've seen him in. And I mean, he really impressed me tonight. I hope the best for him. I hope he keeps on driving forward and keep on bettering himself, you know.
We've got a great fight coming up 15 minutes from intermission. Our next bout of the evening will be Mathew Griego against Alejandro Moreno. And I know, Austin, you've been looking forward to this fight. In fact, that's the one you said you look forward to most of tonight's card.
Because everybody that's fought Diamond Blade has come in slugging, and he hits. So that was always a mistake. This guy won't fight that way. And this guy has already fought twice against Agustine Perez, a terrific fighter of Louis Burke's, who can bang. And he couldn't do anything with this Moreno. know. So I think Diamond Boy's going to have a fight in his hands.
Well, we've got 15 minutes for intermission. We'll be back to the Manuel Lujan building after these commercial breaks. You're watching ProView Networks.
I'm having a ball up there.
What's going on, guys? Red Corner Media, live from the Perez Boxing Gym here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Another exciting event brought to you by Legacy Promotions. We're here with my great friend, Mathew, that Diamond Boy Griego. Mathew, how you doing, brother?
Doing well, how about you?
I'm doing pretty well as well. Thank you, Mathew, for having you here tonight. Mathew, the fans and myself are very excited. You, by nature, are definitely a knockout artist. You go out and finish the game really quickly, really early. The last two fights actually being ended in less than, what, in 2 rounds or something around there?
2 rounds, one before, and then my last fight was the only fight that lasted all 6 rounds. So.
Wow, there you go, Simon. I mean, something really incredible. Now, so one of the things like the people might be looking for. I mean, if I was your opponent, I'd be worried about that. What is your strategy going into this fight?
We go in there and see what my opponent brings to the table. We adjust to his skill. If we come forward to get it done, we'll come forward and get it done. If we have to play defense, I can play defense very well as well. So I'm very quick, so expect an exciting fight. I'm very exciting. I love to go in for the kill. If someone's hurt, I'm going to come in and I'm going to take them out. So it's exciting. I haven't fought in 6 months, so I'm hungry. I'm ready to get in there and get to work.
Absolutely. There goes, guys. You guys just heard it. You're going to be fast as heck. I mean, we all know from your fights. They won't know what to expect. Definitely something really good. Something also as well. One of the cool things from this fight that we're going to be able to expect is that you're going to be able to knock out your opponent really efficiently, really early as well. And I mean, not only that, you're going to be fighting for all the veterans out there as well.
Yes, sir. We're putting on a show for the veterans on Veterans Day. It's going to be very exciting. Also, all of Albuquerque, we're putting on a show for all of you, so you guys got to get out there and show some support. It's going to be at the Mathew Griego building at the State Fairgrounds. So come out there and show some support, get your tickets, because it's going to be a hell of a night.
There you guys have it. November 11, Fight for the Veterans, brought to you by Legacy Promotion. And we're Red Corner Media live right now from the Perez Boxing here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Thank you guys very much. Thank you, Mathew. Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a good one and best of luck. And finish them off, man. Yes, absolutely. Thank you, guys. Media going live right now from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Perez Boxing, another exciting event brought to you by Legacy Promotions. I'm here with the incredible fighter Carlitos Swifty Villa. How you doing, Carlitos?
What's up, my man? How are you?
Pretty good, bro. Excited to have you here. Carlitos, you're 13-3. You're definitely a seasoned fighter. You know what's up with the ring. We can see that when it comes to your craftiness in the ring. It is what can we expect about this fight, brother?
You know what? You're going to see a diverse Carlitos Swifty Villa in the ring. I like to put an action fight. I like to have, offensive, very, defensive, dodging the, punches. I like to give, a show. And, of course, please the fans, because that's what they're here for, to, watch some good boxing.
Absolutely, man. I mean, it's something that we can always watch out in one of your fights is that you're always very defensive.
Yeah, I'm very natural to that, I think, and I can see the punches. I have a good, ways moving back and forth. I don't know, like I've always been good at sports, as far as like being defensive, like soccer, like defending, defending the ball or football, going for a tackle.
Absolutely.
And ever since I've been in this sport, I've just been applying the same thing, just very defensive and of course, I've also been learning, being in a offensive fighter, staying busier as well.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And we can always tell that. I mean, you're the type of fighter that if you want to make someone miss, they're definitely miss, man. You don't make him look like a fool out there. That's why they don't call you Swifty for nothing, my man.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's that's what boxing's all about. You want to get there, you want to hit and not to get hit. It's a very brutal sport. It's hard. You always want to do your job and get out from the ring safely. You don't want to be brain damage or anything like that. So yeah, my main focus has always been a defensive fighter.
Absolutely, thank you very much. Carlitos, can we expect another knockout at that to the 7th year you have?
Yes, I have to. My last 2 fights have been decisions, so my opponent, you better be ready because I gotta get a knockout with this guy.
There we go, man. There you know, Carlitos Swifty, strong words coming out here from Albuquerque. So the fighter, be ready because that knockout's coming. And if you're trying to hit him, I don't think it's gonna happen, man. You're too quick, brother. Thank you so much. We want to thank all the veterans out there watching us. Carlitos, any words for all the veterans, all the people supporting you?
Yes, you guys, all the veterans, if you guys can please, go to our show November 11th, and thank you guys for your service.
Absolutely, Carlitos. Can we find you anywhere in social media?
Yeah, you can get me at Facebook, Carlos Villa, Instagram, I have Carlos Villa as well. And I don't have a Snapchat, but hey,
that works, man. That can follow you. Definitely. There you guys. Go make sure to support us this November 11th at the Manuel Lujan State Center. So be there, guys. We'll be there. Thank you so much, Carlito. Legacy Promotions. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, guys.
For sure. Thank you, man. Thanks.
Ed Nunez along with Mathew Diamond Boy Griego at the Elegante Hotel tomorrow night. Battle of the Brave, Manuel Lujan Fairgrounds. First fight, 6 o'clock. Doors open at 5. Matthew weighed in at 115.6. Alejandro Moreno is the opponent. It's been talked about what a fine defensive fighter that he is. What have you know about Alejandro Moreno? What's your somewhat game plan without revealing the whole thing?
I know he's experienced. He has a lot of experience. He can move, supposedly. I've watched a little bit of his film. I believe I'm the faster guy. He's a little bit bigger. So we're gonna come in and we're gonna just adjust anything he brings to the table. We're gonna stick our jab out there. We're gonna bait him in, and we're gonna see what he does off of that, and we'll just adjust to whatever he brings to the table. I'm ready for anything.
He's a crafty veteran fighter. There's no question about that. He has several fights under his belt. They say he's a great defensive fighter. I talked to Austin Colleen. He says he's a very good defensive fighter, very hard to hit. Have you seen any tapes of him? And do you have any plans? And again, going in against a wily veteran, it's a little bit different. And you say you're ready, but do you have any specific, without revealing everything, what you might do against a defensive expert like Moreno?
Well, you got to feint a lot. I know that. You got to feint, act like you're coming in. If he bites, that's when your shots are open. So we're gonna have him biting on a lot of stuff tomorrow night, and he's gonna get caught with some good shots. Whether he stays in the whole 6 rounds or goes down, it doesn't matter. We're gonna go in there and get that W.
Matthew Diamond Boy Griego, best of luck tomorrow night.
Thank you.
Ed Nunez with Micah Frankel at the Elegante Hotel tomorrow night. Battle of the Brave, Manuel Lujan Fairgrounds. First fight 6 o'clock. Gates open at 5. Micah, you've done extensive interviews on this card and CageMinds.com. I saw some of your interviews. What do you think of the card? And we were here at the weigh-ins. Jason Sanchez looked somewhat angry, but we'll get into that a little bit later. But what do you think so far of what you've seen and what do you know about the card? You know a lot about it.
Well, the most nervous I was coming into today was, would we actually be able to see Jordanne Garcia and Katie Ramirez? Would they come in close enough to make the fight happen? That did happen. We have a fight tomorrow night. That was a pivotal point, I know, for the promotion. Would that fight be able to commence? I mean, you saw the raw emotion coming out of Matt Griego and Brian Mendoza on the scales. Both of them look hungry, look ready to perform in front of this local crowd. Jason Sanchez, I'll spoiler alert you guys, there's been a last-moment change in opponent, so he's a little angry, but I think we're still looking at a good contest. He has a veteran in front of him that has more than 40 fights under his belt, so I think we have some tough fights out there. Last minute, Ronnie Baca jumping in to take on Anthony Hill. That one is going to be a war for sure, and definitely a big step up in competition, the experience level for a young man like Baca, taking on a guy with 25 fights as he has 2 under his belt. Definitely a lot of confidence from him and his team. I expect an exciting show tomorrow night.
I think the local guys that we looked at, even the local women that were fighting, they look in shape and ready to go, and I think that's important. Some people might be deceived by the overall records of these opponents, and they shouldn't be. They're veteran fighters that they're wily, they're crafty, they know they've been hit, they've been in some fights, so don't be surprised if people may look at it and say, oh, this guy hasn't won a lot of fights. They've been in the ring against a lot of experienced fighters, so people need to take note of that.
Well, I'll tell you, it's not unfair to definitely call the Albuquerque fighters the betting favorites, but there's been upsets all throughout sports history. That's what makes combat sports in particular so exciting. One punch lands and the whole night changes. Anything can happen in there, and upsets happen all the time, so anything is possible. A lot of battle-tested vets, and they have then a lot of wily tricks.
Well, nobody knows more about combat sports than Micah Frankel. Micah, thanks so much for your time.
Ed, always, and thank you for the compliment.
You bet. We'll be back with more fighters after these.
Legacy Boxing Promotions is boxing for the brave. And what they decided to do on this particular card is put an unbelievable fight card with tremendous talent and put it at Expo, New Mexico tomorrow night. Now the weigh-ins will be administered and watched over by the New Mexico Athletic Commission. Your executive director is Richard Espinosa. The chairman, Gavin Pantoja. So as we talk about this card and the undefeated fighters on it, and if you look at this poster behind me, Jason Alacrancito Sanchez, they talk about up and coming. They talk about a guy who comes to fight, not only comes to fight and entertains because that's what he does, but he has a lot of power and potential, and he's going to risk that undefeated record tomorrow night. Also headlining the card, Brian Mendoza, better known as La Bala, also undefeated, and he's going to risk his undefeated record tomorrow night. And then that third fight with these 3 fights headlining with Mathew Diamond Boy Griego, undefeated, risking that undefeated mark as well tomorrow. And the undercard is tremendous. So once again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, MCM Elegante. Thank you for letting us be here today. Perez Collision, big round of applause for Perez. Loya Tires and El Mesquite Market. We will start today's weigh-ins with the first bout of the evening tomorrow night. It's going to be a featured female 4-round bout. Up first to the scale, she represents Rosales Karate and Kickboxing. Katie Ramirez to the scale, please. Katie. Lead trainer Tony Rosales, well known and recognized in New Mexico. Katie steps on the scale for official weight.
$145.6.
145.6 for Katie Ramirez. She's going to be taking on this young lady trained by her father, Steve Garcia. Big round of applause for Jordanne. Oh my God, Garcia. Four-round featured attraction tomorrow night.
$154.2.
154.2 for Garcia. We can get a face-off, ladies, right here in the front. If you can face the crowd, please.
Yes. Cameras down.
Thank you. That concludes Garcia and Ramirez tomorrow night. 6 rounds. Up first to the scale, Tavoris Teague. Tavoris to the scale. Tavares Teague from Paramount, California, making his way to the scale. 6 rounds tomorrow night.
$148.8.
148. He's going to be taking on another well-recognized boxer in the community. Big round of applause for Cristian Castillo. Christian James Reyes Zamora.
$150 even.
100. Tomorrow night, we get a face-off, gentlemen.
Daniel Budweiser right there.
Go, Christian! Come on, Christian!
Welcome to the Elegante Hotel. Ed Nunez along with Cristian Cabral. Cristian, tomorrow night you weighed in at 150. Your opponent's Tavares Teague. How do you feel? It's a fight night again. It's tomorrow, and you look really ripped. You look ready. You look shredded. How do you feel?
I feel pretty good. I feel healthy. I mean, I made it weight easy pretty good, so I feel good.
What's training been like, and what's your plans to hydrate and replenish some of those fluids that you lost?
Well, the training was, I did some swimming and some conditioning, a lot of conditioning, and just techniques. We watched some videos on this guy, so we're just figuring him out. But we got it, and so now we're gonna go eat after right now. So, cause we haven't ate, so we gotta go eat.
Cristian, what do you know about your opponent, Tavares Teague? He's here, 3-17 record. That doesn't mean a whole lot. People might think he's going to be pushover. I'm sure he's not. He's a veteran. What do you know about him?
First up to the scale, John Davis Charles. Next bout of the evening is going to be 6 rounds. First up to the scale, Anthony Hill. Anthony Hill to the scale. 6-round bout tomorrow night. First bell is at 6. Doors open at 5. All fighters and trainers stick around and talk to Richard Espinosa before you leave.
$146.6.
He's going to be taking on from Albuquerque, New Mexico, Ronnie Baca to the scale. Once again, tomorrow night, Manuel Lujan Junior Center, Expo, New Mexico. Make sure you get there early. Get your tickets from Jordan today so you're not waiting in lines tomorrow.
$145.8.
145.8. Hill, 6 rounds tomorrow night. You can face the crowd, gentlemen.
Eat him, Ronnie. Eat him.
First up to the scale, John Davis Charles. Davis Charles calls Kingsville, Texas his home.
145.8.
145.8. He's going to be taking on another hot prospect. A lot of people have talked about it. They've been waiting for him to fight as well. First up to the scale, John Davis Charles. John Davis Charles calls Kingsville, Texas his home.
145.8.
145.8. He's going to be taking on another hot prospect. A lot of people have talked about it. They've been waiting for him to fight as well. From Rio Rancho, New Mexico, Brian.
Welcome back to the Manuel Lujan building for our 6th fight of the evening. It'll be Mathew Diamond Boy Griego against Alejandro Moreno in a fight that's scheduled for 6 rounds. Daniel Pitbull Pettis, Alejandro Moreno has been in, as we mentioned, we've had some Tavoris Teague and Anthony Hill, 2 veteran fighters in previous bouts that we had tonight. Alejandro Moreno is a very wily, cagey veteran. Mathew Diamond Boy Griego's going to have his hands full tonight, there's no doubt.
That'd be good. I think Diamond Boy's ready for a new test. He's ready to take him to go to, and I think Moreno might be the one to take him there.
Moreno very rarely knocked down. He's hard to get a knockout against. Diamond Boy knows that and says he's been working on combinations and being patient. You need to be patient. It's a long game, Daniel, against a fighter like Moreno. It's not a short game, it's a long game.
That's good. He needs somebody to take him to those extra rounds and push him, get him to that next level and that next step. He's going to be fighting a lot better fighters here in the near future.
They mentioned Diamond Boy has a lot of potential, speed fighter, has been likened to Johnny Tapia with his ring showmanship. So you're in for a treat here tonight, fans, no doubt.
Yes, we are.
Here comes Mathew Diamond Boy Griego, and the faithful, New Mexico faithful here, the Albuquerque faithful at the Manuel Lujan building show their appreciation for Diamond Boy. And Daniel Pettis, after all this training, when you get in the ring, you must just be so anxious and hyped. Let's go to ring announcer Mike Adams.
Ladies and gentlemen, the action continues here. Sandy Martinez Pino, Esper Lopez, and Anthony Romero. And your referee in charge of all the action, Robert Vélez. And now, introducing first out of the blue corner with lead trainer Jorge Reyes. He's wearing the black trunks with the white trim, and he has a professional record of 24 wins, 37 losses, 3 draws, 11 by way of knockout. He weighed in at a steady 115 pounds. From Ciudad Juárez, Chihuahua, Mexico, Alejandro Apache Moreno. And now introducing out of the red corner, he's wearing his professional record, 7 wins, no losses, 6 by way of knockout. From Albuquerque, New Mexico,
What a great introduction by Boxing Hall of Fame ring announcer Mike Adams. Nobody brings it like Mike, no question.
Yeah,
got the fans going here.
Gets you excited.
Oh, yeah. Six-round scheduled fight here, and Fidel Maldonado Sr. and Jr. in the corner. Also, Manuel Anaya training Mathew Diamond Boy Griego.
They're very excited. I go over there when they train, and they really think he's got potential.
Good to see fellow Fidel Maldonado Jr. as well out here in the corner of Mathew Diamond Boy Griego. Moreno in the black trunks trimmed with white. Diamond Boy in the New Mexico colors. Yellow shorts trimmed with red. Diamond Boy said he was going to use his speed early on, Austin Killeen.
Well, he better, because Brian Mendoza is always telling him, lazy feet don't belong in the ring.
We'll talk about the lazy feet.
Because if you've got lazy feet, you don't move, you punch, they punch you back. See how he slipped that right by?
Moreno, you're talking about, right?
Slipped under the right hand of Diamond Boy.
Diamond Boy comes in with a record of 10-0. Moreno 24-37, but you mentioned, Austin, that's a little bit deceiving.
Right, because he fights the best. By the way, that was another typo error. It was 7-0, but that was my mistake.
That's okay. Again, check out Killeen's Corner and Killeen'sCorner.com. Is that right, Austin?
Yes. And tell him to ignore the spelling errors.
They're very few and far between. Moreno misses with a big right hand.
Diamond
Boy touched him up a little bit.
Diamond Boy's moving good. He's moving real slick. He keeps his guard high. That jab is snappy. I'm really happy the way he's starting off. He's not in the, like some of the other fights, trying to just bang and knock him out. You know, he's actually showing he can be a technician also.
Now the veterans that we've had here, Anthony Hill, Boris Teague, and now Alejandro Moreno, are they in to survive, or they've had so many fights, are they in to win? You have to wonder. I know that they're crafty, wily, and they can't be hit, but are they in here to win?
I think the other times we've seen those guys fight here, they look like they were just in here to survive. I think tonight they came in here looking for a win tonight.
Glancing left by Diamond Boy lands to the face of Moreno.
I thought Moreno ended a nice right hand.
Mathew Diamond Boy Griego trained very hard. He looks like to be in great shape, as does Moreno. Moreno tries to tie up Griego and falls to the ground. Again, a feeling out first round by both fighters. Wouldn't say either one has the big advantage, at least not yet. Halfway through round one. Diamond Boy, a quick combination there. Oh, Moreno, so crafty defensively, Daniel Pettis. Very crafty.
You know, you can tell Moreno's got experience.
That might have been a Danny Perez draw round. I thought it was very close.
Yeah. I don't think either one had the upper hand on that one.
So Fidel Maldonado, the lead trainer for Mathew Diamond Boy Griego, talking to Mathew Griego after the end of round one. Very close round, gentlemen. Very close round.
Yeah, I don't think either one of them. Neither one was ahead of the other.
But I agree with Danny. Diamond Boy showed a lot of poise. In his earlier fights, he would have gone crazy. But he didn't. He stayed within himself.
And as we said before the fight, I'd said this to Daniel Pettis, it's a long game, Austin Killeen, not a short game.
Yep. You're stealing a basketball term?
Yes, sir. Probably more like a golf term. Round two here at the Manuel Lujan building. Mathew Diamond Boy Griego, Alejandro Moreno. Sixth fight of the evening. Boy, it's been a great card, guys. A great card.
Shockingly good.
Both fighters missing with combinations there. Griego trying to find the distance.
Yeah, he's coming out short. I was noticing that. That was a good call there, Ed.
Oh, nice right there.
Glancing blow to Moreno's chin.
Moreno's amazing how he can move his head.
Well, you're not kidding, Austin. He does very well in doing that.
It's like he has bat radar.
They used to call Wilfred Radar, or Wilfred Benitez the radar. Moreno, a combination there, not much damage to Griego. Griego, the uppercut, but Moreno right away, the head movement makes Griego miss. He can make a fighter look foolish, really, with his defensive tactics.
Moreno's no kid, but he's in shape.
No, you're right. He's very, very good shape.
In fact, we went to school together.
Wow. Griego, nice short left by Diamond Boy right in front of us here.
Nice little combination by Diamond Boy.
And I think that's still the key, is him being patient. Going for a combination here and there, not trying to just load them all up at one time.
Right.
Not against this fighter.
Right you are, Ed.
Decent right hand there by Griego. Moreno makes Griego miss. Comes at such different angles, and that head movement is excellent. Moreno's got him tied up there, and Griego trying to throw punches while his right hand was pinned.
The surprising thing to me is Diamond Boy landing with his right. He's having a lot of success with it.
10 seconds left in round two.
I think it's slow. It was a nice right by Moreno.
Yeah, Moreno landed a nice right.
Oh, lands a combination at the end of round two. I'll tell you what, we mentioned this. Diamond Boy's got his hands full, there's no question. So at the end of round two, Pitbull Perez, what do you got?
I got Diamond Boy ahead still.
One even and one for Diamond Boy.
You got 1-1.
No, one even and one for
One even and 1 round for Diamond Boy. And I'll tell you what, with a fighter like fighting a fighter like Alejandro Moreno, you're going to grow up a lot, just like Cabral did tonight. Fighting these veterans only makes you better.
Right.
This is good for the local boxing scene, making them better fighters.
Right. So we're through 2 rounds here. Start of round 3. And Moreno's been here more than once.
Oh.
And that's the key. Diamond Boy, 10 fights on his professional resume.
When there's a lull in the action, I found out what happened between referee Burke and Cabral.
Okay, we'll get to that.
Moreno landed a nice body shot there. It almost looked low, but it was still good.
Moreno fighting on the inside. Both fighters. Diamond Boy's got him against the ropes. A left and a right. Moreno comes back with a right of combo of his own. Short left hand by Griego. Another right by Griego. Moreno might be hurt. Griego's got him against the ropes. Pounding away. Still going. Right uppercut lands by Griego. Moreno's out of there.
Boy, I was impressed
Boy,
with that.
nice combination. Good work there by Diamond Boy.
That was a good head movement by Moreno.
Diamond Boy landed some shots.
No, he did.
Because I tell you, a terrific bout down the road.
Short left landed by Diamond Boy. Big right misses, but short left did land. So much more to this fight game than people think. Come sit at ringside, you'll see. Action's kind of slowed after a good start to round 4.
Moreno throwing a lot, landing a lot, but he got nothing behind him, you know. He's
got really no
a lot of power.
Uppercut by Griego. Good body shot by Griego. Follows it up with a short left. Moreno fighting off the ropes. Lands a combination. Griego another short left. Body punch. Those punches may not seem like they hurt, but they're scoring points.
I think they hurt a little.
Oh, short left hand by Griego.
That hurt.
It certainly did.
Whoa.
Another right by Griego.
Whoa.
Uppercut by Griego. Oh, good head movement by Moreno, though.
Griego being patient. He didn't lose his mind and go at it full blast. That was good.
That's
he's
what
maturing.
Manuel Anaya and Fidel Maldonado Sr. want him to do.
I never expected Diamond the Boy to be this effective. Every round is doing better.
Yeah.
End of round 3.
He's got the lead now, for sure.
Pitbull Pettis.
Yeah, I got Diamond Boy ahead still.
Good round for Mathew Diamond Boy Griego.
They're very good. Lot of good. I mean, it's not a one-way deal. Moreno's still throwing. He's still moving. He's making Diamond Boy miss. But he's not too effective against Diamond Boy, man. Diamond Boy's power is coming on. He's putting his shots together. He looks good.
I think one of the things that you're saying, too, he's patient when he does land. He's not going crazy and trying to load up. He's very patient. Very patient.
Well, that's it. They called the fight.
The fight has been called here. I'm not sure what happened. I'm not sure. It didn't seem like Alejandro Moreno was hurt. I don't know.
Moreno's corner called it.
Moreno's corner calls the fight. At the end of 4 rounds.
We're getting stronger and stronger as the rounds are going on.
So big win here for Mathew Diamond Boy Griego. Will push his record to 11-0. Austin Killeen.
What's happening? The hometown fighters are getting stronger with each round.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah,
and they had to have been pumped up a little bit by the performance of Matthew Papitas Esquibel. Diamond Boy right in front of us here. Let's go to ring announcer Mike Adams.
Ladies and gentlemen, going into the 4th round, the corner of Alejandro Moreno does not continue. Your winner by TKO from Albuquerque, New Mexico,
Albuquerque sure loves their fighters, don't they?
You know what? They sure do. Let's go to Mike Adams for the interview.
Top veteran they bring in to fight you. You had a long time off from the ring. Everybody was saying, when's Diamond Boy coming back? Did you feel comfortable after that long layoff? Let me ask you this. The body shots set up the power shots. Is that the game plan for Moreno?
Yeah, of course. I should have went to the body earlier. I thought the first 2 rounds I was going to the body. Once I went to the body, he started to slow down.
Everybody's seen your knockout power. You get a TKO tonight. Will you be back quickly? Ladies and gentlemen,
Mathew Diamond Boy Griego victorious here, and what a great little speech he gave. You could tell how happy he was. He must have been a little nervous fighting a veteran like Alejandro Moreno. Big win for Diamond Boy Austin Killeen.
Big win. As far as his public speaking, I've heard him talk about child abuse in front of large crowds. He's a very, very good public speaker.
Well, that says a lot, too. And,
Yeah.
And the Albuquerque fighters tonight, Cristian Cabral, Ronnie Baca, Matthew Papitas, Esquibel, now Mathew Diamond Boy Griego, all victorious. And Daniel Pitbull Pettis, you're not kidding. Albuquerque loves their fighters.
Right.
They sure do. This is a fight town. It was a fight town years ago. It died out for a little bit, but they're bringing it back. The fight game is back on in Albuquerque.
God, I love that. I love it.
Well, our friend Mike Adams thinks boxing is going through a resurgence, and I think he's right.
Mike Adams knows a whole bunch about the fight game, no doubt.
Great fight.
Got the color guard in the ring again, so we're going to be having the national anthem, I guess, played again. It was played before the event started. We still have 2 fights to go for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, before the co-main event tonight, on behalf of Legacy Boxing, we'd like to say thank you to all of our veterans on Veterans Day. Big round of applause for all our veterans, ladies and gentlemen.
Aren't we supposed to kneel?
Please rise and remove your hats. Presenting the colors, the UNM Army ROTC, and singing our national anthem, Miss Nadine Oglesby.
Good.
Once again, thank you to the UNM Army ROTC and ABF baby. And thank you to all our veterans. Thank you. We're ready for our next bout of the evening, the co-main event, brought to you by Pettis.
Ready now for the co-main event of the evening. We're gonna have Brian La Bala Mendoza versus John David Charles, bout scheduled for 6 rounds. 6 rounds, Austin Colleen.
I don't know if I can compete with the music, but I thought that girl's rendition of the national anthem was really moving, and she really got the audience involved.
Oh, she really did. And, absolutely. And you know what? The other thing is, it's Veterans Day. So there's a lot of excitement and buzz because of that. So you're right. There's the UNM ROTC is here tonight and today, so let's give them credit. Let's take a break, and we'll be back after the music is done. We'll be back after these messages. You're watching Battle of the Brave on ProView Networks.
Corner Media, Legacy Promotion, bringing you another exciting event. November 11th, where Manuel Lujan Center, Expo, New Mexico. Main card of the event tonight is here with me, Jason El Lacrancito Sanchez. Thank you, brother. How you doing?
Good, man. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. We're pretty excited, man, to have you here tonight. Jason.
Welcome back to the Manuel Lujan building. Both fighters are approaching the ring. And what kind of fight can we expect, Austin Colleen?
I hate to say it, he's going to have to be perfect to do well. Charles is not a puncher. He's not a bad boxer, but Maldonado's a beautiful boxer and a beautiful puncher.
Mendoza?
Yeah, Mendoza, and I mean power, punishing power.
Let's go to ring announcer Mike Adams.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready for the co-main event of the evening, brought to you by Pettis Collision. The co-main event will be 6 rounds, and your 3 judges at ringside: Sandy Martinez Pino, Anthony Romero, and Esther Lopez. And your referee in charge of all the action, Rocky Burke. And now introducing first, out of the blue corner, with head trainer Joe Olivas, he weighed in at 145.8 pounds. He has a professional record of 9 wins, 12 losses, 1 by knockout, and he calls Kingsville, Texas his home. Ladies and gentlemen, David Charles. And now, introducing out of the red corner with lead trainer, Ben Maldonado Sr. and Manuel Anaya. He's wearing the blue trunks with the white and red trim. He weighed in a steady 146 pounds. His professional record, 15 wins, no losses, 10 by way of knockout. From Rancho, New Mexico, ladies and gentlemen, Rocky Burke with instruction.
Brian La Bala Mendoza trained again by Fidel Maldonado Sr. and Manuel Anaya. Brian Mendoza had that look on his face yesterday. I don't think he's left it. He's had it 24 hours straight.
Each Sioux City fighter is raising the bar higher than the one before.
Excellent point. Excellent point. Mendoza in the blue trunks against another veteran, John David Charles, in the black trunks. Rocky Burke, the referee. Here we go.
I don't see this going a distance.
Book on Mendoza is a good body puncher, good jab. Some of the tips I gotten were from Micah Frankel of Cage Minds. Did some great interviews with these fighters on his show Cage Minds on ProView Network's Channel 26. Micah Frankel, a student of the game. Charles, a left hand of the body. Right in front of us here, both fighters hanging on. Mendoza puts his hands up as if I'm not doing anything. Big right hand by Mendoza, and active early, both fighters, Pitbull Pettis.
I think they're just testing each other out right now. Brian Mendoza is, like Austin said, he's very good with boxing. He's a technician. He's got great body shots. Got a lot of power also. I don't think John Davis got a chance against him, but we'll see as the round goes on.
The other thing, I don't expect any ring rust because he's always in the gym training.
Mendoza.
Brian Mendoza, you're talking about Austin, right?
And he spars with Josh Pitbull Torres and Fidel Maldonado, and those are brutal sessions they have.
Charles lost to Pitbull Torres in 4 rounds. Combination by both fighters.
Yeah, that was the last card here. They fought each other.
I'm looking around, and all these seats seem to be filling up.
Yeah.
Good. Yes, you're right. Good crowd here at the Manuel Lujan building.
I think the other activities were confusing the drivers. That's why they couldn't find the arena.
Right.
Might be right. There's a lot of other things going on here at the fairgrounds. Mendoza, a little Perez dance right in front of us. Oh, nice right there. Kind of glanced off Hill's head. Or Charles' head, I'm sorry.
Hill felt it, though.
Charles. A good combo by Mendoza. And he backs away, and Charles smiles.
You got to give Charles credit. He's not running. He's running forward. He's trying to make a fight here.
Yeah, he's trying to bring it to him.
Right. Which may be a good strategy. Plus, he's a southpaw.
Right. You both mentioned how unorthodox southpaws are.
Even southpaws don't like to fight southpaws.
That's interesting. 10 seconds left in round 1. Neither fighter really dominating this round. The shot landed onto the bow, but a short shot, nothing hard. But
a little late.
Right,
but
a little late.
It's all right.
And he kind of held up. Mendoza kind of held up. Probably could have hit him harder.
Oh, yeah.
Round 1, Austin Khalil, what do you got?
Well, I definitely give it to Mendoza, but I was impressed with Charles. He came to fight.
Pitbull Pettis.
I'm really impressed with Brian's work. He got good angles, good speed, snappy shots. He's working up and down. Good head movement. I think he's doing everything proper. He's fighting the perfect fight right now. Charles, he's still game. He's coming forward. He's not running away and ducking off. So, but of course the round went to Brian.
Right. Start of round 2. Brian La Bala Mendoza, John David Charles. Charles dressed in black trunks, Mendoza in blue. I love Mendoza's socks, red, white, and blue. Love them. Glancing right hand. Oh,
Whoa.
nice right hand there by Mendoza.
He's starting to, he's taking out the heavy artillery, it looks like. Oh, nice left hook.
Charles coming forward.
I like how Brian's trying different stuff, working on stuff they probably worked at in the gym, trying to put him together out here since he don't feel threatened from Daniel, you know?
Right, doesn't feel
I mean,
like
from,
he
I'm
can-
sorry, from Charles, yeah.
Doesn't feel like he can hurt him.
So he's able to try all the new stuff.
But he might be surprised by Charles's aggression. Instead of running from him, he's going to him.
And this is probably where you want to try that, Daniel Pettis, where you've learned in the gym and in a place like this where you feel somewhat comfortable.
Yeah, when you feel like you can't be hurt.
Right.
This is the time to do it.
Left by Charles, misses.
I think if Brian threw some left hooks, that would really help him against the softball.
Right.
Tell you what, Mendoza is just in great shape, as is Charles. I don't know what that's about, a little stomping there in the center of the ring.
He probably watched the Samoans playing rugby in Australia.
Tell you what, Austin Killeen, big right hand misses. Austin Killeen's got a quip for everything, Pitbull, I'll tell you.
Yeah, he does.
They don't work, but I try them.
Why not? Right by Mendoza. Glancing right, misses.
You can tell Mendoza's not having no trouble with a southpaw at all right now because he's also got a teammate, Fidel Atrisco kid, as a sparring partner, and he's a southpaw. So this is another day in the park for Mendoza.
That's prepared him then, I'm sure. Mendoza seems like a nice right hand. Moves Charles back a little bit.
I like Charles, man. I'm not saying he's winning the rounds, but he's throwing punches.
He's game.
He's definitely, he's got pride.
Oh, Mendoza, a right and left combination lands. He's becoming a little bit more aggressive in the later parts of round two. 10 seconds left in the round.
Whoa.
Glancing right, another right. Down goes Charles. Near the end of round, will the bell save him? It probably will.
Brutal right to the body.
A brutal right is right, Austin Killeen, and that will be the end of the round. But at the end of the round, a nice body shot by Brian Mendoza puts John David Charles a knockdown. And so let's see if Charles can survive round three.
He's starting to find his mark, Mendoza.
Here it goes. Let's take a look at the replay here.
I think he lands 3 body shots.
Nice left there by Charles. This is towards the middle of the round or later parts of round two. Here's the knockdown. Coming up about right now, because he did it right before the end of the round. So we'll have to go to round three. Oh wait, here it is. Oh, we'll have to start round three. Producer Jay Pohl and Andres T doing a great job for us. So start of round three in a fight that Brian Mendoza, at least at this point, has command of. Nice right hand by Mendoza.
I think Brian's going to finish it this round.
I think so too. Short left body shot by Mendoza. Down goes Charles again. Right in front of us. Second knockdown of the fight. Let's see if he's going to get up and Rocky Burke will give him a standing 8. Charles says he's ready to go, and I think Mendoza, you're right.
That was a good body shot. A couple of good body shots by Mendoza.
Mendoza can see and feel it now.
It landed perfect right in the bread basket.
That should do that. Another body punch by Brian Labala Mendoza. That will be that. Third round TKO by Mendoza. And 2 body shots. Very impressive, Austin Killeen. Very impressive.
Paralyzing.
And Daniel Pitbull Perez, tell the audience about those body shots. People don't really know until you get hit in the body. Tell them about
it. You can't even explain it. Yeah, you can't explain the feeling it gives you when you get caught in the right dead center in the gut, because it just takes everything away from you. But in order to understand it, you got to get hit with it.
That's why a lot of people they can sit there and say that doesn't look like it hurts. Get in there and try it.
You can't move them. They're paralyzed.
Oh man, that was a great fight there, a good-looking fight by Brian La Bala Mendoza. I think Fidel Maldonado Sr. and Manuel Anaya have to be very pleased.
Oh, very nice. He does something in the gym that's crazy. He does pull-ups and chin-ups, claps his hands while in the air.
Wow.
It's amazing. Smart kid too. He goes to the University of New Mexico part-time, so he's going into his junior year. So he's got a plan B after boxing.
Brian Mendoza trying to get the gloves off here.
And you realize all these welterweights are in the
Let's go to ring announcer Mike Adams.
At 40 seconds of round number 3, referee Rocky Burke calls a halt to this bout for your winner by TKO from Rio Rancho, New Mexico, still undefeated, Brian Mendoza.
If you look, he looks like Virgil Hill, Brian's father.
Virgil Hill, wow.
Looks just like him.
Let's go to Mike Adams for the interview.
He ended with a body shot. You see the opening right away in the first or the second? Now you took a little time off, and everybody's been asking about you. What's Brian Mendoza doing? Does this start that next run for you? Now, top prospect, you've been talked about throughout the country. What's next? What's that next big move? Are you looking for out of town? You want to fight one more here? What's that next step? Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause, your winner by TKO, Brian La Bala Mendoza.
Brian La Bala Mendoza dedicating the fight to the veterans, and what a classy move by Brian Mendoza. And it's been a great night, gentlemen, for Albuquerque fighters.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's been a beautiful night.
Albuquerque fighters, Ronnie Mongoose Baca, Mathew Papitas Esquibel, Cristian El Puma Cabral, Mathew Diamondboy Griego, and now Brian La Bala Mendoza have been victorious. So what a night for the Albuquerque fighters. And as you mentioned, Daniel Pettis going back to Johnny Tapia, Danny Romero, Bobby Foster, Sean McClain, Daniel Pitbull Pettis. Albuquerqueans love their fighters.
You realize the welterweights in this card, they could fight each other.
Yeah.
You could have some tremendous.
Oh yeah, that would be some competitive matchups.
Oh, very much.
Here's the first knockdown.
At the front entrance, once again, 0283 00.
That was the first knockdown, the first round or the second round. Here's some more action from round 2. Or round 3, the last round that Mendoza ends it.
Before we get to the main event,
And there's the body shot, and I think that was it. No, he did get up.
As we take a moment and do the traditional boxing 10 count.
So we'll take a short break.
Legacy Boxing
You're watching
Promotions
ProView
lost
Networks.
two of their own family inside this Legacy Boxing. Eric Martinez and Ray De La Cruz Sr. So at this time, if we can do the traditional 10 count.
Red Quarter Media going live right now from Perez Boxing here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. November 11, another exciting event brought to you by Legacy Boxing. We have a great cards, but also, as you guys can tell, we have beautiful and incredible women that are going to be ring girls. We have my good friend, Yoli. Yoli, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing really well as well. Yoli, we're very excited to have you here as a ring girl, not only because you're a great community advocate and you do so much for the community, you're a great role model, but also, Yoli, mind to say, you're stunning. So that's actually really cool. Yoli, what are some of the best fighters that you have, or like favorite fighters?
So some of my favorites are going to be, of course, our homeboys, which is Johnny Tapia. And then we have some local upcoming stars like Fidelity and Tristan Kid. We also have Josh the Pitbull. Those are awesome people to watch because, again, they're rising stars. They're the next Johnny Tapia right now.
Absolutely, that's really cool. Now, what are some of your other boxers that have been in the game for longer? Some of them?
I do, of course I do. So Oscar De La Hoya, and it's not only because he's handsome. I mean, he's a great fighter too.
Yeah, that's because actually, yeah, you're right. Actually, yeah. So definitely. Now, Joey, what are some of your hobbies that you might be able to facilitate?
So I'm into fitness. I work out every day.
I cannot. But definitely.
Yeah, I do. I love to work out. So every day at the gym, I'm out of
That's pretty cool. Any other ones you have?
I love to eat.
You love to eat?
Yep, I do.
Now, that we can
Everybody loves to eat.
Yeah.
But you have to work out if you eat as much as you eat.
You know what? I definitely gotta work out more. Now, Yoli, what do you find more of you when you follow you on the video?
Of course, you can find me on Facebook, so it's model Yoli Smith, or on Instagram, it's Yoli_Smith, SMIT. You can also find me on Snapchat, which is Miss_New Mexico 32.
Wow, that's incredible. And that dedication.
Welcome back to the Manuel Lujan building. Battle of the Brave. Ed Nunez, along with Austin Colleen and Daniel Pitbull Pettis. And gentlemen, we've had a great time, man. It's been a great card. Great card.
I had a great time with you two guys. I really have.
This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Wanted to mention two gentlemen that have passed away. Eric Martinez from Legacy Boxing Promotions, also Ray De La Cruz. They gave the 10 count, and I was touching. Eric Martinez was a longtime promoter of Legacy, and Ray De La Cruz worked very closely with the promotions as well. Both gentlemen, let's be honest, passed away way before their time. Yeah. So all rest in peace and all respect to those two gentlemen.
Eric Martinez was 3 weeks older than my oldest boy. I bawled with the church. The girl who did the ceremony was phenomenal. There wasn't a dry eye in the house.
It was sad to see him leave so young, you know.
So the main event of the evening, gentlemen, Jason Sanchez versus Stephon McIntyre. McIntyre, a late addition after they tried two other fighters. Now, let's give credit to the promoter, Jordanne Garcia. He did try to get two fighters in here. Four fighters.
Four fighters. This is the 5th fighter. And I'll tell you, this guy went the distance. Oh, I forgot his name. The South Valley, Jose Osario. So he's not a bum. He went the distance.
Stephon McIntyre,
yeah,
right?
He went the
another
distance.
veteran here.
And there was another good fighter. He went the distance with. I'm just sorry, I can't think of his name.
And let's give credit to Jordanne Garcia. He's worked very, very hard in this promotion. Very hard.
They've done a really good job on setting up these fights. The place where they're holding it, you know.
Oh, the venue.
You can't beat it. The crowds are great. Security's great. They got a good setup.
Look around. Look at the seats.
He's got a very good crowd here tonight. Here comes Jason Sanchez. Very much New Mexico tradition. Pitbull Perez as he comes in with the sombrero and the Mexican flag. Jason Sanchez at 10-0. Last bout of the evening. Let's go to ring announcer Mike Adams.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Expo New Mexico, Manuel Jr. Center, here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Legacy Boxing and Promotions presents the main event of the evening, sanctioned by the New Mexico Athletic Commission. Gavin Pantoja, your chairman, executive director, Richard Espinosa. This main event will be 6 rounds. Your timekeeper, Buddy Martinez. Your physician at ringside is Dr. Mihim. Your 3 judges scoring this bout: Esper Lopez, Sandy Martinez Pino, and Anthony Romero. And your referee in charge of all the action, Robert Velez. And now, introducing first out of the blue corner. He's wearing the black trunks with the yellow trim. Joe Olivas in his corner. He weighed in 130, has a professional record of 3-35-4 with 1 knockout. From Jonesboro, Georgia, ladies and gentlemen, Stephon McIntyre.
Woo!
And now introducing out of the red corner with lead trainer Pepe Sanchez. He's wearing the black trunks with the silver trim. He weighed in 128.8 pounds. His professional record, 10 wins, no losses, 6 by way knockout. From Albuquerque, New Mexico, Jason
Gentlemen, we both been giving you instructions, so I expect you to obey my commands. Remember, protect yourself at all times. We're here to see a good, clean fight. That's what I expect. So touch gloves, we got it.
Well, gentlemen, about ready to go. Jason Alaglancito Sanchez versus the veteran Stephon McIntyre. You mentioned, Austin, as Anthony Hill. We've had some veteran fighters, Tavares Teague, Alejandro Moreno, probably kind of in that range there, another veteran fighter. Is he here to survive? Is he here to win?
Well, he went the distance also with Angelo Leo. I saw the fight, and he made Angelo Leo work.
This fight's scheduled for 6 rounds. McIntyre does come in with a record of 4-26, which, as you mentioned, Austin Colleen, he knows he's been in some fights. A lot of movement, not much going on here early in round 1.
McIntyre got some speed.
No, he sure does. He does.
I bet he was good in schoolyard tag. He really is.
Well, that's a good point, though.
You're all right, Austin. You're all right, buddy.
Tell my doctors.
Left by McIntyre lands.
Jason's trying to time him with an overhand right.
Jason's trying too hard to land a big shot too early. He needs to set himself up, land the smaller shots,
Oh, left hook
catch
lands
his
by
timing.
McIntyre.
Yes.
He might be losing this round.
Looks a little anxious, Pitbull. You're right.
He's trying too hard to land that big one.
Fighters tie up. He's separated by the referee. Good body work there by Sanchez. McIntyre just covering up. The last one did a little bit of work. McIntyre coming back with a combination that misses. Good body work there by Sanchez. Again, good body work. McIntyre covering up, not fighting back.
It don't look like any of those body shots landed flush. They're hitting more arm than anything. But great effort, though.
Oh, yeah, it was. McIntyre covering up. Sanchez tried to go to the body, but hitting a lot of arm and glove. Right in front of us here at the Manuel Lujan building.
That one landed.
The rights are landing big time.
Sanchez, again, hitting a lot of arm. Oh, McIntyre, nice combination. The last right hand did land. Sanchez trying to land that big shot. McIntyre doesn't seem hurt at all. Sanchez misses a big right hand. McIntyre comes back and little small body attack, 10 seconds left in the round. You can tell McIntyre's been in several fights. Look at his face compared to Jason Sanchez. He's calm and cool and collected.
Sanchez probably needs to calm down just a little bit, Austin Khalid.
I agree with you. He's probably got caught up. He's hearing reports of the fights before him. He figures he's got to perform well because the game is raised.
Pitbull Perez.
He's trying too hard, landing big shots. He needs to concentrate on getting his distance, learning where McIntyre is. If the jabs are working, the overhand rights, straight rights, see what's working. He's trying to land the big ones and he's not landing. Half of them, 90% of them body shots didn't even land. They hit the arms. They hit McIntyre's arms. So.
I think it's a good point by Austin Khalid. You see your fellow Albuquerqueans performing so well. You go out there, you're so hyped. You want to end things quick.
Right. One of you guys bleeding?
What's that?
One of you guys bleeding?
Not yet.
What is that?
Blood?
Second round scheduled for 6.
There was a lot of action in that first round.
It really was. Let's see if Sanchez's corner has talked to him about being patient. Take your time. Overhand right lands again on the gloves of McIntyre. He's going to work on the body. Try to land something. He's being aggressive, there's no question. McIntyre very calm, cool, and collected. Sanchez misses with a overhand right.
Oh, that one landed.
That body shot did get through. Trying to go up top, left and the right.
McIntyre's not throwing a whole lot of shots this round.
No, he's not.
I think that's why. Oh.
Hit the body and the head will follow, they say. Sanchez trying to go to the body.
Sanchez is trying to get him to bring his guard down.
Yeah.
McIntyre has Sanchez against the ropes, but only briefly. McIntyre more of a defensive fighter than he is an offensive one. Hasn't thrown many punches here.
That one landed. Jason is doing good work. He's staying busy. He's working up and down.
McIntyre fainting a little bit.
You know, McIntyre doesn't look like bad fighter at all. I don't understand this win-loss record.
Now again, we mentioned 4-27 coming in. Sanchez, as you mentioned, Pitbull, he is very busy this round. Last 10 seconds of round 2. McIntyre all of a sudden gets a burst of energy near the end of this round. Hadn't been very busy in round 2 at all. End of round 2, Austin Killeen.
2-0.
Pitbull Pettis.
I gotta agree with Austin.
So far, my fellow commentators have it 2 rounds to 0 for Jason Sanchez.
I don't understand. How did you get a ring name, Pitbull, and my ring name was Sissy?
I don't know. Tell me.
Come on, Austin. I wouldn't go that far. Come on now.
I think when that Girl Scout knocked me out at the station.
You should have taken her cookies, Austin.
Start of round 3. Jason Sanchez, after seeing his fellow 5 Albuquerqueans win, definitely wants to be put in that column as well, no question.
Jason's been working real good. I'd really like to see McIntyre pick up the pace a little bit, see what he's got.
Right, are you in it to survive or are you in it to win?
Exactly.
Well, I think he's doing more than survival, but he just doesn't have a punch.
Oh, we don't know that for sure. He hasn't thrown enough yet. So
Throws a combination there. McIntyre getting a little bit more busy this round. Again, both fighters in very good condition. Oh, that landed.
That one got
good body
by.
work there. Combination.
None of those are all glove.
Yeah, you're right. All glove and arm. McIntyre shakes his head from side to side, saying, "Hey, I'm none the worse for wear. Keep coming."
He's starting to make me a believer.
And you can make him miss all you want and make him hit your gloves, but you got to score yourself. And Stephon McIntyre hasn't done much of that.
Right. Yeah, he's not throwing nothing. He's playing too much picky-boo. He's not
Right.
has no offense.
Fighting right in front of us here. McIntyre's short left hook. Halfway through round 3. Again, going to the body and then the head. Overhand right by Sanchez, and again hitting more glove than body. Not a bad body shot there. Yeah, it did. He's got McIntyre against the ropes. Let's see if Sanchez will go. Again, McIntyre fighting well off of the ropes. Good head movement. Right uppercut by McIntyre lands.
I don't care how solid your body is. You can only take so many of them
Right.
shots.
Man.
Hey, Sanchez looks in fantastic shape.
Boy, he sure does.
Yeah. Especially for throwing that many power shots.
Oh, I mean, even hitting a heavy bag, you'd be tired.
Right.
Last 10 seconds of round 3. McIntyre content to fight a defensive fight. It's the end of round 3. Austin Killeen.
In that round, Sanchez started to go to the head, not just the body. I think he's trying to see if he can get an opening.
Pitbull Pettis.
All Jason still, McIntyre, throws a little spurts. He does good there, but he don't stay busy enough.
He's not active enough as a offensive fighter. A good defensive fighter, but
Are you, like I said, are you in it to survive or are you in it to win?
Right.
But let's be fair to Stephon McIntyre taking the fight on a very late notice. We don't know if he was training or preparing. We have no idea.
He looks like he's in shape.
No, he does. So start of round 4 coming up. What a card it's been, guys. It's been a lot of fun. It really has. Almost sad to see the evening end. See if Jason Sanchez so far has been more patient as the fight went on, Daniel Pettis.
Yeah, he seems like he's trying to place the shots a little better, not just winging at anywhere he can throw them at. But still, the defense of McIntyre's is working. He's blocking half the stuff, you know.
Yes, he is.
I'm looking at the body of Sanchez. He is cut. He's had I don't mean blood. I mean his body he's so defined. He is one strong featherweight.
Absolutely. Sanchez looking for an opening, attacks the head, trying to get into that peekaboo defense by McIntyre, who counters off the ropes and spins away.
If I was Sanchez, I'd try throwing uppercuts, split the gloves.
Sanchez again digging to the body and then the head. McIntyre just playing really peekaboo defense, not much offense. Content to let maybe Sanchez punch himself out without providing any offensive game, though. Good defense there by McIntyre, and he tries to come back with a combination of his own wild left misses.
A little bit of shoe shine there by McIntyre.
Yeah, I'm sure would have. About a minute 20 left in round 4.
I think
shots definitely.
I'd have to agree with you on that, Austin. I think if he started working them the outside and popping them uppercuts down the middle, I think it might work.
Split his clutch. He's not throwing any uppercuts.
Sanchez again working the body with some effect here in round 4.
See, it's all glove.
All right, you're right. But he's got to provide something besides defense, Pitbull.
Yeah, he does.
Right.
Yeah. Peekaboo's not going to win it for you.
Now McIntyre comes alive and throws a couple of punch combination. Last left hook glances off Sanchez's head.
That's some nice defense by Sanchez. You know, he didn't just get caught. Oh, that left hook got to the head.
He's throwing every punch with bad intentions, no question.
He's been since round 1.
Just hard to get through that defense.
Yeah, exactly.
10 seconds left in round 4. All of a sudden, McIntyre near the end of the round like he did last time comes alive. Where'd this come from? Where's it been? And how come he doesn't do it for the rest of the fight?
That's what I'm saying. McIntyre looks like he's got some really good skills. It'd be nice to see him pick up the pace.
I think he might be one of these fighters who trains himself, because these are local cornermen.
Yeah.
Start of round 5 around the corner. Gentlemen, what do you got so far?
4-0.
Yeah, I got to agree.
Start of round 5 in a fight that really has been, I wouldn't say dominated by Jason Sanchez, but he's definitely piled up more points against the defensive Stephon McIntyre.
can tell Sanchez wants a big finish here. You can tell.
Yeah, he's swinging for the fence.
He really is. He's got that look on his face. Another body shot there, but mostly blocked by the arm of McIntyre. Oh, swing and a miss, and Sanchez nearly falls down.
Love touched the canvas.
McIntyre again not throwing many punches. Let's see if he does it near the end of the round. Last 10 seconds, he seems to come to life. That's a good body shot there. That landed by Sanchez.
There's an old saying, a lot of fighters like to finish the round, start strong, then die out in the middle of the round, and then finish strong. They say that's the first and last thing the judges remember.
That's true.
Well, as busy as Jason's being, I don't think that's
not going to help.
I don't think it's going to help him.
Wild uppercut missed by McIntyre. Also right hand missed. Sanchez being patient, working the head, working the body. McIntyre throwing a few punches. Hasn't really put together any combinations that have meant anything here through 5 rounds. 1 minute left in the round. Fighting right in front of us here at the Manuel Lujan building. Sanchez has McIntyre against the ropes. McIntyre, that peekaboo defense, moves his head, slides to the left. We're right back at square one.
Jason's in good shape. He's staying consistent. He's not don't seem like he's dying out any.
No, not at all.
I tell you, McIntyre's in good shape.
He's content to survive. That's what he's doing. He's fighting a defensive fight. Let's see. Okay, 15 seconds left in the round. Let's see if he comes alive like he did. There's 10 seconds left. Let's see if McIntyre throws a lot of the combinations that he did. Doesn't seem like he's going to do it this round. That's the end of round 5. One more round to go. Austin Killeen.
5-9.
Pitbull Pettis.
It's all in favor of Jason so far.
Here's some more action from round 4. And Sanchez being very patient with the work that he's doing. McIntyre would be a hard fighter to fight because he's so maddening.
Yeah.
Like you said, he's hitting a lot of glove there. So McIntyre's defense is just really, really good. So we're about ready for the start of round 6. And so far, gentlemen, it's been a shutout for all the Albuquerque fighters, and it looks like it's going to be for Jason Sanchez as well. Still 1 round to go.
This is the 6th and final round. 6th and final round.
So round 6, and McIntyre coming out a little bit more busy than he's been in the first 5 rounds. Is it too late?
I think you heard Danny's comment about having a strong finish.
Far behind on the cards, though, far behind. It'd take a tremendous finish here. Again, good defense by McIntyre, forces Sanchez to miss a short left hook. Good body work there by Sanchez. That got in. Short left jab got in. McIntyre follows it up with a combination.
Nice left hook to the chin, I think.
I'm telling you, McIntyre could be dangerous. He could actually be a really good fighter if he stayed busy.
Referee tells McIntyre to get his punches up. You're right, Daniel. I don't know why he's not more busy. McIntyre's, he's almost got that too cool attitude, like, yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah.
He thinks he is, yeah.
Right. And he's got skills, there's no doubt. Good right hand by Sanchez. Finally gets in.
It's obvious he trains himself. He has no tournament.
Now, you're right, Austin. That's not. Oh, nice defense there by McIntyre. Sanchez misses 2 consecutive lefts. That's got to be hard too if you've got nobody to help you. And
if someone got a hold of him, he'd win some fights.
Oh yeah.
1:16 left in the final round. Main event. Jason Sanchez, Stephon McIntyre.
This is McIntyre's best round of the fight.
Yeah.
About a minute to go.
I think he's thrown the most punches this round.
Right.
And Sanchez has not had McIntyre in any kinds of trouble, or any kind of trouble at all. He has piled up more points, no doubt. McIntyre a left off of the ropes. Right hand by Sanchez. 37 seconds left in the fight.
You look at Sanchez's back, he's built like a hornet. He really is. His slats are really wide, narrow waist.
A very good point. 20 seconds left.
It's obvious he's in shape. He puts in the work.
Oh yeah, no question.
That's an understatement.
He's thrown nothing but power shots the whole fight, and he's still not tired.
At all. He could go 6 more easy.
Oh yeah.
7 seconds left. That's the end of the fight. And Stephon McIntyre is thinking, hey, where's the rest of it? But
McIntyre says that it, but he's not. Obviously, he's not tired. He didn't throw no punches, so he's not tired.
Right. Our question is, where was the action?
Yeah.
Right.
Austin Colleen.
Yeah, you gotta agree, it's a shutout.
We'll go to the scorecards here in just a minute. Mike Adams has been a very busy man tonight. We await the decision here in the ring. Let's go to ring announcer Mike Adams.
Ladies and gentlemen, go to the official scorecards after 6 rounds. All 3 judges, actually 2 judges scored about 60-54. The third judge scores about 59-55 for your winner by unanimous decision from Albuquerque, New Mexico, Jason Sanchez.
Jason El Grancito Sanchez with the victory, and not a surprise.
They didn't say, they just said 2 of them had a certain score and 1 had the other score.
So let's go to Mike Adams for the ring interview.
Going to your 11th bout, he was crafty, threw a lot of body shots, couldn't get to the head though. You won a good unanimous decision tonight in your hometown, Albuquerque, New Mexico. What's next for you? A lot of talk about you, hot prospect Jason Sanchez. What's next? The best. I want to fight the best. Now, the way you trained for this fight,
how you doing, bro?
and you saw his quickness, but you were able to eliminate him, and you were able not to take any of his power shots.
Hanging out.
Is that what you worked on in the gym for this game?
Yeah.
Yeah, just sparring some guys. They got these guys show up with no cornermen, so. Well, that kid is tough. Yeah, man, you know what? He's waiting and waiting. I was telling him, hold you up, I got this wide open.
Tradition of boxing
Okay,
here.
do what you want to do,
Jason
man.
Sanchez
Yeah.
just headlined
And
the main event
with these blocking
for Legacy
guys.
Boxing. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for Jason.
Gentlemen, let's wrap it up here real quick. Jordanne Garcia defeats Katie Ramirez. Ronnie Mongoose Baca defeats Anthony Hill. Matthew Papitas Esquibel defeats Christopher Russell. Cristian Cabral defeats Tavares Teague. Matthew Diamondboard Griego defeats Alejandro Moreno. Brian Labala Mendoza beats John David Charles in our final event tonight. Jason El Grancito Sanchez defeats Stefan McIntyre. Gentlemen, what a great fight night we've had here in the Duke City at the Manuel Lujan building.
There was an awful lot of excitement tonight.
I didn't see any hometown decisions.
Yeah, no, they all earned it. They all did their part. They put the work in, and they came out and they gave a good performance, and they got the W.
Austin, tell the viewers where they can catch Colleen's Corner.
They can catch it on the computer in my column.
Right, we'll give them the webmail address.
ColleensCorner.com, and it's no apostrophe S. It's just Colleen S. And corner.
Is that corner with the K?
Yes.
Okay, so that's important. Colleen's Corner with .com with the K. Because you're going to have an article about this whole fight card tonight. So tomorrow, will you have it?
I will, if they can send this to me house, because I haven't been able to write tonight. So if they send me the copy of the show, like they said they are, I'll have it up tomorrow.
Okay. For cameraman Jude Apodaca and Paul Lucero, producers Andres T. and Jay Pohl, my color commentators Austin Colleen and Daniel Pitbull Pettis. I'm Ed Nunez. You've been watching ProView Sports.